compounds interacting, like the glycanol that's been at the headlines for a few years.
Hello there.
Yeah.
Hello.
How you doing?
Welcome, everyone.
Big agree.
Yeah, welcome once again to the liberation of Saint Cardaius Rest. I'm not sure what episode we're on,
23.
but I imagine we'll
bad
probably
episode.
call this one Big Fuck Off Tank.
Definitely, definitely something to do with stealing Big Fuck Off Tank.
So
It's either going to be we got a tank or the tank got us.
Yeah.
I like our big fuck off tank.
Just the hour in all caps.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's in red. The hammer and sickle is poised over the U.
Oh no, this works because it can either be spelled as in the possessive hour, or as in like a pain noise. Ow! Or
Either way, that tank is ours. I don't care what you say.
All right, then.
Spirit.
When we last left off, you had tracked a series of convoys to a mysterious rocky outcrop that, after a bit of observation, you discovered hid a very large tunnel entrance. And after scouting down with the servo skull, you were able to discover, indeed, inside was a massive manufacturing chamber that was rebuilding a Stormlord tank.
mm-hmm. You're
Chance you
cutting out, Alex.
You there, Alex? Apparently not.
Oh.
Well,
Okay, Alex said they're working on it.
alright. But yeah, you returned to your camp, sort of triumphant, and relayed a message back to the High Command of the defenses of Cardaius Rest. And that is where we return, as you all have arrived back at the camp.
Excellent. I believe we were making such a big circuit around. We were making a big circuit around to try and shake off potential pursuit as well. I think,
This better?
yes.
Yes.
I'm 2 seconds away from just getting my own internet and phone service.
It's not insane to make your own. It's just I don't know if you can legally pull it off.
You can
No, I
actually
mean
have
buying
two
my
different
own.
You can actually have two different ISPs serving the same house. They just have to put two different phone lines in.
Yeah, I think
My great-grandmother's house had 3 separate phone lines,
Oh, Jesus.
which we only discovered after she died, and my parents were like executing her will, and they're like, "Why the fuck were they paying 3 different internet bills?" Because this is just a
Clearly,
really
you
old.
need one for each corner.
obviously.
Well, it was a really old house, and they modernized it bit by bit. So first, like 3 rooms were done in the main section of the house and had phone lines put in. Then they did the upper floor. Then they did the annex side building. So each bit had a different fucking phone line. Because it was big old thick clay walls that they couldn't run cables through.
Yeah, I think Nawalia and Rivenia, we were taking a big loop around, and I think we were not going to get back until either a little bit after the broadcast or like right at when it starts. I don't remember.
Yeah, you were arriving a little bit before the return broadcast was scheduled, but only by about 20 minutes.
Okay. Q.
What I was gonna ask earlier was, any chance that you made a map of the tank place?
Yes, I did. You will see
Thank
it
you. Okay.
when you get there.
Uh, would we not be able to make the map based off of what we've got from the servo skulls? You know, so we can
The service
plan?
goals were. Mm, I would say you'd be able to see one of the rooms because the service goal didn't go
That's
very deep.
fair. I just
See
want to
the
make
whole
sure we have a map of the outside.
We did get a good look at the outside.
Yeah, I can make a map of the outside.
Sweet. As much work as we can make Hugh do in as short amount of time as possible.
Thank
I
you.
mean, that is my job.
I mean, how else are we going to get Hugh to do work?
I mean, have him make up more names. That's arguably worse for him than maps.
And I just meant in life. Hugh doesn't
Oh,
do
thank you.
work.
I don't know, he puts up with me, and that's a fair bit of work, if we're being honest.
But does work do Hugh? Sure, if they're in the same room.
But yeah, the small jeep pulls up. It's about. Let's see. It's 4 hours or so into the night. The sun has disappeared over the horizon, and
Hey.
the sky is lit by stars.
You can try some of that for yourself. That's these like chicken bite things. Sorry, Dad's walked in. I'll mute real quick.
Push to talk is a very nice thing.
Yeah, I forgot about it at the moment. He just walked in.
Oh, there we go. Daredevil is also wondering how all of you are doing.
Oh, I'm not bad. But yeah, what do you guys do
I'm
as
back.
the jeep pulls up?
Everton
Float.
walks in.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was literally just gonna say I'm gonna be just stay sitting next to the communication shit, because that's where I was told to be.
Agrotron waves and he like does a motion. It's like, hey, look at me, and he's gonna do a trick with his axe, where he kind of does like that cheerleader spinny toss thing.
Noia
Go
will.
into agility for that.
I'd say weapon skill.
Even better. Wonderful.
Yeah, it's not a difficult task. You're very familiar with your axe.
Jesus, 9.
Yep. It's really showy. You like, he has it balanced on one part of the arm, slaps it with his other hand so it shoots up, spinning. Does a little jig as it's going up, spins around, catches it, and then does a bow. It's like, huh?
Yes, an ATSD is absolutely a man.
Hi, Avery.
Hello.
How are you doing?
You missed Agrotron's trick.
What's up?
I said you missed Agrotron's trick.
I'm sorry. I was on a phone call with my boss. It's okay. I'm dropping
Hopefully.
I know. Everything's fine. Yeah.
Okay, good.
No, everything's totally good. It's a conversation.
Well, you're just in time. Do you know what for?
Well, how dead are we?
We're alive.
Oh no, I don't mean for that. You're just in time for a hug.
Oh God.
Sorry, there's no asterisks in real life, so I can't make a sound to reply.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, nobody's rolled anything yet, so I'm assuming nothing was.
Mason rolled one thing to toss his axe up in the air like a cheerleader and
Oh,
catch
nice. Oh, okay. Yep, I see. I see. You did indeed do that. You got wow. Very good.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, he's super showy as he does it as y'all arrive. He was clearly very bored, and this all he was thinking about in the intervening time.
Oh, that sounds good. All right, so we're gonna go liberate a god, or are we still planning?
We're still waiting for the transmission, and then I guess
Yeah.
planning.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, you've just returned to the camp.
Nawalia will unload from the unload herself from the scout car and just like stomp over.
Oh, I think straight up, Riven like goes to get out of the car, trips and face plants on the ground. I think it's just that kind of day.
Nawalia hears that, looks over. Are you all right?
I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
Are you sure? Usually you're more graceful is not the right word.
Stable.
That.
Coordinated.
That. Yes.
You know, this is what happens. I take off my arm for a day, and then I forget how much weight it adds. So
Agrotrum just yells from where he is.
It's my job to eat the rocks, not yours.
I think Riven groans and gets off, dusts herself off. Probably goes to join the rest of the group.
Well, as I'm sure you'll be aware, good news and bad news, Flux. We found it. Bad news, they're aware that we found it.
Lovely.
Wait, who's aware? The transmission people, or
No,
enemy?
the enemy.
Oh, I mean, there's more good news. We blew up a bunch of them.
This is also true.
Yeah. Oh, the bad news is I lost 2 skulls, but they died well.
At least
Agrotrum looks confused.
What do you mean? You have a skull right there. Do you have replacements? Can you lose your head?
Well, that's a good question. I haven't considered that. Wait a minute. You know what I'm talking about?
I know. I'm fucking with you.
Oh. I think Riven just doesn't understand sarcasm. Generally, no, that's not true. She's actually very
It
sarcastic.
really doesn't help that Agrotrum sounds genuine in all his statements, so there's
Yeah.
actually no way to discern whether he's lying or not.
Okay, cool. All right,
no,
that's fine. As long as it's not just me, then that totally works.
Noelia does like consider Riven for a second, and then just says, "You know, I have wondered, are there Mechanicus who have the ability to just remove and put their heads back on?"
I mean, yeah, if it's a limb, it can be removed, right?
Well, yes, but I assume a head is a little different from an arm.
A little different. Not as much as you'd think, though.
Shrug.
Isn't there one of your order who just makes copies of himself or of his brain and puts it in other bodies? Isn't that something? Or
I
is
could
that
say
the dream I had?
I could say I know them, but I would be lying.
I don't know. Doesn't his name rhyme with Telisarius Ball or something like that?
It's a very specific rhyme to have there, Arbotrom.
That is a very specific rhyme.
Shrugs. I really don't know. Remember, up until this operation, I've been drunk for 80% of mine, so
He shrugs.
This is the moment Agro reveals fourth wall breaking capabilities.
Oh no.
He's done it very minorly up until now.
Oh. Cool. So planning. Yes.
I believe transmission first?
Transmission,
First
yes.
Flux, is that correct? And then we worry about planning, or do you want to start planning now? Alex.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Doing good. How about you?
Are we planning to steal tank?
I feel
or
like I
no?
took a sedative, but you know.
Did you take a sedative?
No, my brain just does this occasionally because it hates me.
Oh, I see.
Essentially, talked about, just joked about, joked around for a little bit, and then asked, are we waiting for the transmission first, or should we go ahead and begin planning whether or not we want to steal the tank?
Let's wait for the transmission, and I want you to get me a map worked up of everything you can tell me about the facility the tank's being held in the meantime.
Very good. I think Riven will be more useful for that. You got a better look at the place with the skulls, but I can help out a little. Here, Riven, let's go make that map. Avery.
All right.
Oh, I see. No, Avery said BRB. Never mind.
The exterior. Not much to look at.
Yeah. Okay.
Large rocky outcrops of sandstone litter the area, making the terrain quite difficult to
Stop
to traverse.
dying on stream.
Die in your own time. We're not paying you for this.
We have this discussion
me for any of
every
this, damn it.
week.
No, die on company hours. You got to make them liable.
The more you say it, the more I'm gonna cough.
No, you won't. You hate
Alright,
it as
cough,
much as anybody
now!
else. It
Do it!
actively irritates you.
No, but you saying it makes me think about it, which makes my throat itch.
I want you to cough right this instant, Hugh. Do it. Cough.
No.
Cough now. Do it. Cough. Expel air!
Violently expel air! Violently!
I mean, that just sounds like an Egyptian creation myth at that point.
Yeah.
Don't they
But yeah.
violently expel from their peepees?
The
There's actually multiple versions of it.
Beautiful.
Could be worse.
But yeah, the rocky outcrops of sandstone litter the landscape, making it quite difficult to traverse, except for a narrow road that runs down through the terrain. Though road is a very generous word for what is essentially a dirt track outlined by a few sets of tire marks. The large outcropping in the center of the circle is where the main entrance to this underground tunnel is. Facing to the north.
Okay.
Right. So
Just
that's the
something just
main
occurred to me.
entrance.
Yep, that is the exterior.
Why haven't we tried to intercept their comms before?
We have. They're encrypted.
Right, but you have
Yeah.
1.5 Mechanicus.
This is true.
I mean, I think you just being Mechanicus is like.
I mean, I don't think you're a
You
full
still need-
Mechanicus yet, either.
True. Yes.
And I don't.
Yeah,
think we
but
actually have
Between the two of us, we have a full mechanic.
Okay, sorry. two halves of a Mechanicus, and we're both dumb and cocky. So why haven't we tried this before?
I don't think you have the decrypting technology.
Hmm.
Like,
Once
it's
again,
not
hampered
for-
by
it's
lack
not
of
for-
technology.
Yeah, it's not for lack of desire to do so, but for lack of tools.
Yeah.
See, I thought you were gonna say lack of skill, but that works too.
See, if you can turn the radio waves into physical matter and have Agrotron eat it, he'll probably figure it out. But we'll see. Don't you know he's
Fascinating idea.
Don't you know he's 2 quarts crude? No. Anyway.
Wait, hold on. That's a very different conversation, Agrotron.
Anyway, moving on. No, he does not have crude blood, although he might lie to you and say he does.
He might also pull out a jar with a mysterious
Are
liquid
there
in it and
alternate
say it's crude blood.
entrances?
So there's the
Not that
blasting
you can
door.
see.
Yeah. So we know that there was the blasting door. I'm assuming this is the thing where the god tank is, right?
Yep.
Nice. Looks good.
We also know there were doors at the back of the room, but we don't know
Yeah, that's
where
true.
they
We just didn't know where they
went.
led to.
Yeah.
It actually led to the Bane Blade they're also working on.
Yeah. We steal the Storm Lord that's half done. They chase us in the Bane Blade that's actually done.
Well, I mean, that would be one way to end the campaign.
Yeah.
Are you joking? Dude, you just abandon ship and take the Bane Blade. We talked
Yeah.
about.
No, just ram
Oh,
the
fair
just
point.
ram the Bane Blade at that point and then take out the crew. Stun them first, then take them out.
Exactly.
I keep hearing
Never
you say
assume better.
Beyblade, and that's
Alright. You had a servo
Beyblade,
skull
Beyblade,
inside?
let 'em rip. Sorry. I'm sorry.
what's up.
You had a servo skull inside?
Mm-hmm. I had eyes inside for a little while.
Excellent. General idea of what was going on inside, number of personnel, Mechanicus to soldier ratio.
Mechanicus to soldier ratio is about. There was 1 Mechanicus for every 2 or 3 soldiers. I think there were a couple dozen soldiers inside and about 5 Mechanicus, if I remember.
Yep.
So we're looking at about, depending on, depends on how many people we can get on our side, if any.
There
Because
were
I
also
don't-
a fair number of servitors.
Yes.
We're not going to be counting on defectors. At most, we will send an evacuation notice moments before we attempt to steal the tank.
Okay. Do we have enough people to man this thing?
Only
You don't
really need
that
one.
many. Yeah.
All right.
2 is what it was, but otherwise, yeah.
I'm going to. What do we know about positioning of guards on the outside?
There were 6
Well-
guards on the outside, if I remember correctly. They stay mostly hidden inside some faked mountainous terrain.
Also, there's probably less than 6 now. Or maybe more. It's hard to tell.
You did kill a few, but I imagine that they will have redoubled their guard efforts at this point.
Probably. But also that means there's a better chance they'll be on the outside, so once we get in, we might have to deal with less.
This is also fair. They will be.
I mean, I can't prove
easy-
that,
They
but-
will be easier to kill on the outside than they will on the inside.
Right.
As
Well,
well.
that's usually how people are. They're harder to kill on
would-
the inside.
I would also assume that they will be increasing air patrols in the area as well.
Sure. But if we strike fast, don't give them enough time to prepare, can we...
What was the
Uh,
level of disrepair of the tank?
I think it was about half done.
Most of the weapons
Right.
were most of the weapons were ready, and I am sure they are now armed as well. The main cannon, the Vulcan Megavolta, that one was not completed, if I remember correctly. But I imagine they will have it ready soon.
So, there's a thing I didn't really think about while we were in there. How were they planning on getting it out in the first place?
Oh, the giant door.
Yeah, but...
Just drive it out, and then it just rolls over the landscape. It doesn't... Tanks like that don't really care if there's a mountain in the way.
Oh, that's true.
Approximately how long will it take for them to finish the tank?
Hugh, would
With
I?
the amount of technology that you saw inside and the level of disrepair, can you give me an estimation?
Sure, I'm going to make a history check for that, if that's cool.
Give you a scholar roll,
Scholar
because
roll.
while this would apply to your
Sorry,
knowledge
wrong
of tech,
game.
you've never really operated on a super heavy before, so you're mainly going off what you've heard about.
Yeah, so that's a 4.
Uh, Hard to say. You couldn't see the interior, but you would
Mhm, that's
imagine
true.
that the engine was the first thing installed.
Mhm.
Given that they are applying armor plating, it would probably take them maybe a month, 2 weeks, somewhere around that area to
Okay.
finish constructing the tank.
So I remember that they were working on the actual armor for it, but it wasn't done. So chances are it's going to be more than at least a day. It'll be longer than the amount of time we have left in the mission before they're
And
done.
But that's
at its current capacity, how much damage could it do?
I mean,
lot.
it's a god. It could, wipe out most of. It could probably wipe out our front lines at least.
Even yes, even without that mega bolter on it, they would not have to fully armor it. They would only have to armor the front. In which case, all they have to do is drive it into our lines and drop off a bunch of troops, which it could very easily do. All of those weapons on the front could smash through whatever defenses we put in place, except for maybe the Emperor's holy angels themselves' defenses.
I mean, I feel like it's a safe bet that if you hit it from the air, you're not going to get much more luck. And if you hit it with mines or grenades, or no, landmines, it's probably armored on the bottom too. So
More than likely.
Alright. So, here's the plan. We'll be splitting up into 2 groups.
sounds familiar.
One group will be going in to steal the tank. The other will be approaching from outside to create chaos. Both groups will start together. We will try and discreetly take out as many guards as we can on the outside to gain access on the inside without raising an alarm, which means that we'll have to coordinate. From there, I will take Packard, myself, and Riven inside, and we will attempt to steal the tank while distractions are made outside.
How do you plan on getting in?
If we actually manage to kill the guards on the outside, that's our entrance. If we don't, then no point even trying to get in.
If we manage
It'll
to
drive the
kill...
tank out to fuck us up anyways. There isn't an alternative entrance that we can see. Attempting to get in if we can't find another alternative entrance when we get there is going to be
It
the fastest way.
It might be... It honestly might be well worth it to take the time to scout the area and see if there's not some form of additional entrance.
We're definitely going to scout the area. However, since we don't know about that, that's the working plan of assuming we don't get that lucky.
Alright.
Now, once upon a time we had smoke grenades. Who still has them?
You know I don't touch your explosives.
Hold on, I have 3 smoke shells for the Spitfire pistol. Other than that, I have nothing.
Right, I have 3 crude flashbangs and a white smoke grenade. I seem to recall we had 2 different colors that got handed out to random NPCs at some other point.
aggro trumpets and I could produce a significant number of the mixture used for my cigars. They produce very voluminous smoke, so if set ablaze, it could function as such. If we need more,
Hugh,
Yes.
between the shit, it's a firebolt, isn't it?
What?
What?
The gun that Kanuta just mentioned. I'm really bad
It's
at remembering names
it's
when I'm totally mentally here.
the
Bulk Spitfire pistol.
Spitfire pistol.
It's a flare gun.
Yeah.
Between that and the white smoke grenade and the flashbangs I have, and what we know about the entrance, if we were able to get the doors open, could we reasonably create enough of a haze that they wouldn't be able to aim the tank's turret?
It depends. If you were in the tunnel, yes. If you were outside the tunnel, probably not.
So as long as we got in the door, we could do it.
Yes. Though, I will say, Flux, you at least would know that no one builds a base with only one entrance. That is a suicide.
Mm-hmm. Totally fair. I'm just not sure we're going to be able to find it.
You got some servo skulls with a kilometer range on them.
We do.
True.
It's basically just about pulling up and then doing external surveillance instead of internal.
Well, plus we know that there's Mechanicus inside, so seeing server skulls outside, not gonna be the weirdest thing.
Riven,
Yep,
we have a long range Vox,
we do.
and you speak Binaric.
I do.
Would you be able to take control of servitors from a distance?
You know, I think I just might. In fact, I think I actually have a specific power that I've never used that does that. Wait, hold on, might be true.
Binary
you have a
it's
superpower?
exactly for that purpose.
I do have binary chatter. So specifically for servitors. So yes,
Yep.
it is. You're adept at controlling mechanical constructs. You gain plus double rank bonus whenever you attempt to instruct, program, or question a servitor or similar construct.
Okay.
So you're suggesting I.
So
take
if we
control of
don't do the
servitor?
Hail Mary route, we can use the alternative entrance. Riven can take control of a servitor from afar and give us eyes on the inside for whether we'll be able to sneak in. We'll use the servitor network in order to actually get in and stealth our way into grabbing the tank.
It's good to me. If we can steal a couple servitors out of the in the process, all the better.
Yeah, if nothing else, the servitors will be good as both distraction and eyes on the inside. If you can keep transferring data using the long-range Vox, that could, in theory, mixed with operating the servo skulls, work.
Worth a shot for sure.
I'd still want a group on the outside potentially to launch an assault on the main entrance.
I think
Draw
that's a
the
good
attention
idea.
away from us in that door. It would have to be coordinated.
Distractions we can definitely do.
Agrotrom just shakes around Grimball. Huh?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll
I think
take
that's
it.
what it's for. Yeah.
I really should add the thrusters to the other side of it.
What if you just added the thrusters to you?
That's called a jetpack.
Yeah.
Rocket boots.
Rocket boots.
I don't know, a rocket axe also sounds kind of fun.
Yeah, but then he risks losing his arms in the process. If you put him on the boots, then he only, at worst, maybe loses his legs.
Alright.
Are you claiming that I could not hold Grimball if he had rockets on it?
I'm claiming I'd like to see you try.
I'm going to start digging up the anti-personnel landmines.
Agrotrom's eyes are like weird, are like wired, like completely wide open. And
Uh-huh.
he's like,
Riven,
Uh-huh.
Riven, you
We'll see about
realize
this.
what you've done, yes?
Well,
He's going to make
feel
a
like-
rocket axe now.
no, he's gonna ask me to make him a rocket axe.
That
Will you?
Yeah.
I swear. Nualia just like puts an arm around Riven and pulls her to the side for a second and just says, "I swear to the Emperor, Riven, if you do this, I will pay you five throne gelt to make sure I am there to watch it happen.
Oh, that sounds great. I get to build something fun and I get money out of it. That's great.
Excellent. And she just lets you go.
Listen,
Five gilt is probably more money than you've ever seen, Riven.
that's probably true. I mean, I believe it. Listen, if we make it back to base with a god on our hands and they pay us well for it, or even if they don't, I feel like we'll have enough bragging rights that we can get whatever we want. And
Oh,
you know what?
certainly.
I would love to modify your axe, Agrotrom, and make you a rocket axe. If that is what you want, I will make it happen.
Certainly,
Agrotron's
they
hands are.
the quartermaster did enjoy saying to every request that everything was going to more elite squads than ours. I think if we do manage to come back with a super heavy tank, the proper response to that is: did any of yours give you a Stormlord tank?
One thing that we will have to ensure, if we do get the tank, we're laying waste to the space,
Oh, of course.
and we're taking as much of the armor with us as we can so that it can be repaired properly.
Yes.
Of course.
And if possible, it might be good to do as much damage to the to some of the southern bases as well, or maybe the siege lines.
Yeah.
Maybe let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
Oh, of course. No. That is entirely dependent on how much armor is on the tank and whether or not we think we could pull it off. But I'm not even suggesting that we like lay waste to things and stick around. No, I just mean hit and run, blow up as much as we can, and deal damage to make it easier for our troops to push the front.
The 999 does,
Yeah.
right?
Once we get the tank, if we get the tank, we'll just straight from there get as much of the supplies for it as we can, and then take off to the southeast, punch a hole through the lines on our way back to base.
To be quite honest, the only thing I am concerned about with this mission is securing the room with the tank in it. Once we've secured the tank, I do not believe that there is anything in that base that could stop us unless the enemy has somehow gotten their hands on one of the Emperor's angels, which I highly doubt. There is no way that they could stop us. So we could clear out the rest of that base and have as much time as we wished to secure whatever supplies as we wished. And the great thing about a Stormlord, it has the space to carry most of those supplies too.
Look, just like I said before, my only request is if we can recruit anybody, especially those Mechanicus, let's try.
On that note, I want to have a pre-recorded evacuation order.
Can I do the voiceover?
At the very,
No.
At the very least,
Okay.
the evacuation order, and I will say, if they are not shooting at us, then Riven, you and I, if we manage to get in there together, you and I can deal with them, and if things do
Riven's
come...
driving the tank out.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I understand that, but please, just allow me to finish. I assumed that Riven would be driving the tank out, but while we are in there, if things do come to blows, then I at least promise to use stun blasts on the lasguns against the tech priests.
I appreciate that. They're
I wouldn't count on them not firing back at you.
no.
And better guns than what we even have. Have you seen what a proper priest has?
This
I
is a
have-
Hail Mary. This
Yeah.
is a bit of a Hail Mary attempt that is very unlikely to go well in the first place. I don't think pulling punches because we want the enemy to be better is necessarily a good idea when we are outnumbered, outgunned, and getting into a place that we know nothing about.
Yeah, but yes, I agree. But also, we have one thing that they don't.
Grimball!
Yeah, but also personality.
And power armor.
And power armor. That's true.
We have
As
3
you are
things they do not
discussing
have.
this, the
Yep.
vox behind you crackles. Repeat, Nina Actual. Do not reply to this message. Alpha Primaris target redesignated Target Tempest. Be advised, diversionary operation Hammer Down will be conducted by Gideon 77th. Expect shock and awe. Your mission is to retrieve Target Tempest under cover of Operation Hammer Down and return to Rally Point Beta 2-2. Utilize supplies present and disengage from Target Tempest to await further orders. High table out. This message will repeat on a 3-hour loop.
Did they say when the distraction would occur?
I think that was meant to say, please steal the tank.
Oh, I was asking
You know,
out of
what
character.
in the hell fuck did that mean?
I was asking out of character.
Yeah, that's an excellent question.
Did they say, did you included in that, was it supposed to say how long until the distraction occurs?
No, they
Okay.
said it would be shock and awe, so I think you'll know.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, so
What in the hell fuck were they talking about?
Oh, I think very much that they're saying we need to steal the super heavy tank, and they're basically going to bomb the shit out of the outside of the base and fire a lot of ammunition around it, and just generally cause as much mayhem as possible. Out
You're
of
right.
character, the Gideon, that is a familiar name. That's
Gideon 77th.
Are those the assholes? Or was that the 37th?
No, that was the 37th. The 77th only know. I'd say everyone except Nuwale would probably know of them. They are the Stormtrooper company of the Gideon 307th.
So yeah,
The gentleman with the hot shotguns.
they're-
Wonderful.
they are sending in the next best thing to the Tempestus Scions.
I imagine anyone who's been trained to be a proper shock trooper is about as skilled as a Tempestus Scion.
So
It's just name brand at this point.
yes, they will be assaulting the outside of the base, it sounds like. In which case, we should immediately begin scouting the area to see if we can find a second entrance. Otherwise, yes, we will be going in through the front with them.
Load up with full gear.
Understood.
I'm going to dig up the landmines.
Got it.
Riven, find a secondary location for defectors to head to. We're not taking them with us. They can meet us elsewhere.
Copy.
And like I said, prepare a pre-written message. Don't give too many details. Give them one chance to get out. Everything else, that's on them.
All right, Agro, you're with me. Let's figure this out.
Whoppa! He puts his hands up.
God,
He wanted to be involved. I mean, it's a good idea. It also means they don't hear my voice, so
Of course.
Let's see.
You must
so-
choose me, for I'm the most intimidating.
Convoy ambush.
They'd hear my very muscles rippling to the microphone.
they'll hear you. That's what's important.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll go do that.
Aurora Borealis? No. Why am I thinking of that? Stop.
What?
I suddenly imagined Agrotrom as superintendent in the steamed hams bit from Simpsons.
Real quick, Hugh, remind me, for the missiles, we used 2 frag and 1 crack in the ambush, right?
You used 2 crack.
2 crack. Didn't we use a frag to fire at a bunch of fleeing troops?
Yep.
Okay, and then
You have 1 frag missile left.
Okay,
That is it.
got it. Yeah, because we had the one for rigging the
explosives.
explosives. Yeah, and then We used 3 anti-vehicle landmines to hit the convoy, which would leave 1. Although that's specifically coming from the ambush inventory, so there might be others elsewhere.
I've updated the normal inventory accordingly. I
Cool.
think as of last.
Okay, yeah. I believe we pinned that, so I will check that out. I did not pin that. Can you link that again, please?
It's in the camp inventory. In handouts.
Give me just a sec.
The link to the Google Doc that Alex made. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. And I am going to pin that. Preach.
All right, Aquatron, what does this message say? You can think about it. We got a little time.
He has his hands on his face. It would not be intimidating to make it a song, yes?
Yeah,
It's better if I just screech at them, right?
you've got about 10 seconds total. So,
Okay, okay. Do
Give
you
it-
have the microphone ready?
yeah, let me set that up, and
It should be in binaric.
I'll do some translation.
Yeah, just put it under mine. Yes. Overlay
Yes.
the audio, right? That's what they
No,
say?
that's no, don't worry about it. You just give me the message that you need. I'll translate it into a way that they can understand it.
Can you capture cadence and loudness in binary?
Yes. You know what? As far as they will know, it will be an exact representation of you and who you are saying exactly what you're saying.
Okay. All right. Say go, and I'll say the words.
Okay. And then I'm assuming we cut to doing this off screen, or
Oh, I thought you were just gonna turn the recording thing on, and I would do my bit. I was just waiting for it to hit go, and then I say the one thing that's come to my mind.
okay. I mean,
If
we
you
can
wanna
totally
do that.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I don't know if it'll. Do I have enough time to do some audio mixing here?
Definitely while all of this is happening, like
my God.
Nualia is just like barking out orders to the rest of the squad, just like ordering people get ready and just like telling them, advising them what best ammos to take, things like that.
Yeah, they all grab their gear and get ready.
Let's see. We have 23 frag grenades in storage. I would like to take 3 of those, if that's okay.
Sounds good.
Sweet. Thank you. Let's see.
I will definitely be passing out grenades to everyone. Primarily frag. The crack are iffy, and I don't want to blow anyone up with them.
Yeah, the cracker, they're best used against tanks, or if we like really need to get through a door. So it's so I'm actually going to deposit my 1 crack grenade that I have into the general storage, so I'll add that to the tally. Let's see.
All right, if we're going to be infiltrating from the back end, then we're going to want to do a mix of stealth and bringing the whole crew with us.
Can you fit that many people in the back end?
We can certainly try.
All right, let's try this real quick. Can someone say something?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
That should be fine. Didn't need a whole lot. Ah, god damn it.
Am I-
You're
Alright.
echoing a lot more.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, without knowing.
knowing how to do this properly, I'm not really sure how to record audio for a Discord that's currently going.
Oh, I was saying like in game, you hit a record button.
Oh,
Yeah,
you didn't want me
in
to
the
actually.
I didn't mean actually record me and play me over.
Oh,
That'd be pretty.
okay.
That'd be extra, but
Yeah.
that'd be a damn.
We can theater of the
That
mind.
is fairly simple to do.
I was in the middle of working on it. Yeah.
That
We
is
can
fairly
theater
simple
of
to do in
mind
the
that.
future.
Okay. All right. I would rather theater the mind it because it would
I-
be probably more work and time than I
Yeah.
have right now. But
All I wanted was to hear Riven say, "I'm about to hit the button." Hear a click, and then I just yell, and then that's the message.
oh, okay.
Can we
Yeah,
have that
alright.
real quick?
Sure, we can do that. All right.
All right.
All right. So Riven's in the process of just like she's doing that thing where she's just like running around back and forth with some audio equipment. Probably has the servo like one of the servo skulls floating around, trying and she like gets behind the panel and it looks kind of like when you're in movies when they're like testing explosives.
Okay. Wow.
Well, they have somebody you know how it's like
Yeah.
when so she puts on like do we have glasses big like goggles probably somewhere whatever she
I'm sure you have
This
some
is a-
somewhere.
she stitches a pair of like big stupid goggles out of and like kind of crouches behind the panel and has a server skull run up or sort of fly over to Agrotrom and just says, "Okay, whenever you're ready."
Oh wait, one quick thing.
Totally not turning down my computer volume right now.
All right. I believe I am ready.
Okay, good. We're recording.
Rebels in the cave.
And then it probably
Exit.
cuts there.
Exit!
He's gonna keep going. Exit
Yeah, of course.
Into the cave, or die. Bagasuka. Ah!
I just
Yep.
I
And
just
like Riven gives him like a thumbs up over the panel.
I just
Yep,
want a
we're good.
recording of Agril telling people to get to the chopper.
We could probably do that after. I just need a little bit of time.
It's entirely the wrong accent, I know, but I want it.
All right, and then
Fucking
Riven
orc.
The last two words. That's the Romanized Russian
Yep. Oh, I know.
translation.
I will be right
Yep.
back.
Shocking no one.
Nope, not even a little bit. Oh yeah, no. Also, straight up, she cut it off immediately after exit. Didn't tell Aguatrom, so she goes through. She's doing some like mixing, and then she plays it all like she kind of waves Aguatrom over. She's like, okay, I want to make sure I got this all right. And then she
Topples over.
Yep. So she hits a button on the server skull array, and it just blares like horrible screeching in binary.
Agro hand pulls on his beard, eyes closed, nods. Yes, I do believe this is a good sequence of ones and zeros to represent the mighty voice of Agrotrom.
Perfect. Okay. Just wanted to make
Wonderful.
sure. Good. Excellent. That's important.
I have a question.
Yes.
Are there
Wait,
ever twos? Are there twos in binary?
No.
Threes?
Nope.
And
You gonna keep going?
I wanted to say fours, but I believe I can divine the answers.
Yes, that axe of yours might be psychic after all.
He like looks at the axe for a second. He like clearly strains with his eyes as he stares at it, and he looks back. I don't think so.
So meanwhile, I feel like it would crush. I'm not going to tell Agrotron this because that would crush his hopes and dreams, and I would never do that. But she's converted it, like the message, to something that's actually usable, and like instructing the Mechanicus to meet at a point like north of the base. Just telling them to use the back entrance and to meet outside if they want to get outside with their skin and metal intact.
It's like giving
Alright.
a child the second player controller, but it's
Yeah, absolutely. It's exactly like that.
Is binary magical? Can
Uh,
you do special things with binary?
It depends on who you ask. If you ask Amigos, maybe. I don't know. I can't answer that question without overthinking, and I'm not sure we have the time to get into that discussion. It's really one of
Just to
philosophy.
verify, Hugh, the las rifle is the one with the base DR of 10, correct?
No, base DR of 7.
7?
That's the las rifle.
Hmm.
Long las has a base DR of 10.
Is that the one that we stole from the snipers?
Yes.
Trump kind of
Excellent.
The last time I asked this question was to a Skitari, one of those gentlemen. I do not know if he speaks for the Mechanicum, but he said that binary isn't magic, but you can certainly conduct it by having a strong will.
Well,
Is that real? I don't know. I don't know about this magic stuff. The ancestors could do magic, but I can't.
all I can tell you is that I don't know. As far as tech priests and Mechanicus go, I think you'll find that there aren't too many like me.
Oh,
So I don't really know. Well, do you remember the Magos that we met at camp?
Yes, he blew me off.
Yeah, oh that's right. He was kind of an asshole. So
He
most
shrugged.
Mechanicus are assholes like that, where everything for them is, it's black and white, ones and zeros, very very simple yes or no, pure logic, no, and just sort of waving her hands around like trying to find the right word. They're boring, but me, the people who devote themselves to the machine, they want to be the most logical beings that they possibly can be. If they were able to, they'd give up their bodies to just be clouds of pure information, which is boring as hell. So,
I think. Aren't there like skeleton men who did that to their brains?
I don't know. Never met any skeleton men. Maybe that's for the best.
I feel like I did once, but I think that was one of those situations where a man takes me into a back room and then does surgery on my brain afterwards. He like feels around his head. Nope. Those are all scars I remember. Where do I remember this? Scratches his head.
So, Flux. What's the plan?
I'm currently collecting landmines.
Fair. You have quite a few.
Yes. So, still want to try and use stealth if we can. So we'll stagger entering the base. If we can, I would like the stealth team to be able to clear the way so that we can do a 2-part system. So stealth team either getting into an area unnoticed or clearing bodies before the main team gets in. But I want the main team following behind very closely so that if stealth does not work, well, we have the tank that is Nualia.
Mwahaha.
I mean, you don't think Agrotron's tank worthy? Damn. That's an insult if I ever heard it.
Agril, I appreciate your combat prowess. However, as far as I'm aware, you can still be shot.
You don't
Agril,
weigh half a ton.
Agril is not the
You
tank.
don't know that!
Agril is not the tank. Agril is the cannon. Nualia
Yeah.
is the tank.
What I'm hearing is Nualia is going to chuck Agriltrom across the next battlefield.
Exactly. We're gonna fastball special Agriltrom.
Yes! I'm quite good at rolling midair. I could get extra distance.
With that, we will take the Torox and the what's the word? The surveillance array, I believe.
Yeah.
And we will try and find that entrance. We'll wait for our cue, and at that point, Packard, Riven, and I will take the entrance of the first go. We'll be using comms communication, because at that point it won't fucking matter. And we'll let you know when you can come through after us. Nualia, you'll lead team 2.
Keep in mind, the moment you enter the bunker complex, communication becomes difficult, so if we don't hear from you, how long should we wait? Give you a minute to go ahead?
Let's
Give
say
you 2
3.
minutes? 3? Alright.
That being said, I'd like to have Feely stay outside with the long-range fox
Understood.
and the car running.
Doubly understood.
If stealth doesn't get us very far, we'll have to do it through force. However, even with that, I don't like dying. So, everyone's gonna be getting grenades. Stealth team will also be taking smoke bombs with us. Hopefully, if nothing else, we can try and get into the room that the tank is in and use the smoke to obscure our movement so that we can get in it and drive it out.
Sounds like a plan.
Everyone have everything they need?
Yes,
I'm
I've committed the plan to memory.
I'm gonna double check, but I'm fairly certain I'm good.
Riven,
Rest of the
you
squad.
have your Mechanicus robes. Packard and I will be wearing enemy uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else can wear their standard gear.
The rest of the squad gives general affirmatives and heft their weapons in preparation. So, who's going scouting?
All of us. We will take the Jeep, or we'll take the Torox and park it a fair ways away, and then use the servo skulls.
Right, because we're not coming back here, right?
Unlikely. I mean, we'll come back for our supplies on our way to pick up the tech priests, but
We will also have to pick up our first tank as well.
Yeah.
we're not bringing that with us at this point since we don't need a distraction.
Oh, of course. No. I meant on the way to the rally
We're heading
point.
back home, yeah.
Yes.
Well, sort of home.
It's more of a home than any I have. Which
Hmm.
I don't. Thanks to the bug aliens.
Same.
What, they
Everyone-
got yours too?
Rivers kind
Horrible.
of looks at the ground for a second.
Everyone make sure that you have your Vox speeds. I will be taking the headset.
All right.
Packard, do you still have your long lasts?
He nods
Get it
and
out.
hefts it.
Excellent. I'm going to be taking one as well with the flash hider on. If we do need to clear the doorway at the back, we'll try and do that quickly and efficiently from afar.
He gives you a grin. You got it, boss.
Nualia,
Yes.
do you mind if I continue to use the Spitfire?
Not at all. Dip shall. Actually, you should probably already have it. I'm gonna just say
Yeah.
not in
Flux is gonna grab the
inventory.
smoke shells.
Yeah. So you've got with the Volg, you should have 4 flares and 3 smoke shells.
Excellent. I'm going to take these smoke shells specifically, as well as the grapple in case we need it.
I'll just take it all. Down in those tunnels, a very bright burning object might be a good use.
Fair. This bag is gonna be fucking full.
Yours and mine both. I have so much ammunition. I am fully planning on just salvoing a lot.
When everyone's ready, let's load up.
Yes.
And let's see, I should have 2 med packs.
And take the
on
camo
me.
netting.
Yes.
We want to conceal the Torox when we get there.
Alright then. Lamord and the twins gather up some of the camo netting, bundling it into the back of the Taurox. Yeah, you'll climb in. How close do you want to get with the Taurox?
How far is our transmission with the servo skulls?
About a kilometer.
Let's do pretty
is-
far away.
That is not to scale, just for the record.
Thanks. Okay, what's the scale?
Let me fix that. Nope. Yeah,
So
there you
every
go.
square is
Now
going to
it's
be
to scale.
3 meters.
Yeah.
Still pretty far if we can get within a kilometer. Because a kilometer is just 1,000 meters, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can still be a very good distance away.
The thing is, we have to figure out a way to get it there while being fairly inconspicuous, because we don't want to just if they see a random servo skull just kind of bobbing down the road, they're gonna shoot it.
Yeah.
Considering 2 servo skulls that were bobbing down the road already blew up a chunk of their forces, so
Then I suggest you'll have to deploy them very carefully.
So
We're not getting close until we see where the door is.
sure thing.
Alright. So, who's operating the servo skulls? Riven, I assume.
Mm.
Yep.
No, Aggletron.
How many do you have left, Riven?
2. 2.5, but I'm not using that last one.
Alright.
Leonard
go
is not to
ahead
be used for
and
this.
go ahead and give me a tech roll.
I will try.
Not bad.
It's like the worst tech roll I've had in a while.
3 is typically the minimum you need to succeed. 4 is
Right.
pretty good, and we win on ties.
All right, I'll go with it.
All right. Using the 2 servo skulls, you're not able to canvas as much area as you would have been with the full set. And you set about a grid search pattern moving outward from the ring around the main structure. And it takes about 45 minutes or so, maybe 50. The skulls just passing over endless serried rows of sandstone rocks jutting out of the ground before one of them catches a glint of light off metal. You stop it quickly, bringing it about to focus on where you saw the glint, and you can see the flash of light reflecting off a scope, a rifle poking out from under a collection of rocks. And as you bring the servo skull around, you can see a narrow gap between a couple of rocks with 2 guards carrying long lasers.
Can I tell if they see me or?
They don't seem to. You can only really make out their boots and the ends of their rifles.
Okay, so that's a safe bet. I'm gonna relay this to the rest of the team. Where about roughly on here is that?
Here.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Cool. Yeah, let's head in. I mean, is that okay, cool. I'm going to yeah, I'll withdraw the skulls, I think.
Alright.
It might be. It
Would
might
you rather
be a
have one
good
float
idea.
around?
It might be good to continue scouting just a bit, because that could simply be a lookout post.
Okay, fair. All right, no, that's a better idea. Yeah, I'll keep sending them out then.
Alright. Give me another tech roll.
Nice.
That's a little better.
Very
There we
nice.
go.
Now that you have a frame of reference, you start checking areas that would have a good view over that section. And yeah, you spot 3 odd locations. On the top of a spar of rock here, you can see a metal pole jutting out from between what appears to be a pair of rocks. As the servo skull drifts over it, though, you can see what appears to be a stick poking out from between them is in fact a camouflaged rifle barrel.
Huh.
The rock apparently a very cunningly deployed bit of camouflage.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Another location here. A cleft in the rocks that has a metal grate gate covering it and a heavy padlock.
I bet that's our door.
I think that is our door, and the others are watching that door specifically.
So, yeah, okay. Cool. Should I keep looking around, or do you think we're good?
Flux, what do you think? Should we do one more, or should Riven do one more pass around?
Pass.
I'd prefer it, honestly.
All right, one more look then.
And by me.
Alright, give me one final tech roll.
Okay.
Alright, on your 3rd pass, you've been surveilling for over an hour and a half at this point. And while you see a lot of potential hiding spots for snipers or guards, you can't really see any other signs that would give away a hidden position.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I feel like I've got everything I'm gonna get, so I'll start pulling the skulls back.
All right.
Yeah.
Even if the padlock is not our entrance, hopefully one of those other locations will be. But
Something else we can find something interesting.
Indeed. It might
You did
even
notice,
just be
Ribbon, the
ventilation.
padlock was on the inside
Of the door? Of the grate,
Yeah.
rather.
of
Huh.
the fence gate. Yeah.
That's weird.
So, what is the layout of each of these positions in more? Like, their doors or
No,
people?
there's 2 guards here with long lasses, 1 guard here with a long las that's very heavily camouflaged, and then like a gate of some sort.
With a padlock on the inside of it, like a grate.
Yeah.
Excellent. I suppose we shall have to. 2 groups of people.
Mm-hmm.
Hit both positions at the same time, shoot them from behind.
Sounds like a plan. I might be able to get in close with the power sword and take out the camouflage sniper.
Packard and I can get the 2.
All right. Or actually, thinking about it, Agril, how quiet do you think you can be?
Very, as long as I don't open my mouth.
That is the
Then-
trick, isn't it?
Then I think Agril might be a better option than the woman in full power armor.
I mean, I've seen power armor be very sneaky.
I have been very sneaky in power armor. We did a mission together like that. But
I mean,
it
sure,
is-
I guess you did something too.
It is quite stompy, though.
Fair enough.
I actually do have a decent stealth, but I feel better with Agril going up.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, not that it's going to change our plan at this point.
Yeah.
What's Agril's stealth?
He has 2 ranks in it, which gives him a total dice pool of 4.
Yeah, I feel like it's always been better
It's
than we
not
thought it
bad.
was.
He's had some training. He's not awful at it.
Yeah.
I think he's better than me.
4 dice.
yeah.
4 dice is pretty decent.
Yeah.
He took a seminar on not being heard.
See, the most standout part of him is actually his beard, because it's literally silver, so it kind of doesn't blend in the dark. That's why he has a beard cover.
My god.
I don't.
Wrapped a balaclava around his face.
I don't suppose if I
Pulls
did.
pulls a 1911 out of his pocket somewhere.
I don't
Holds it
suppose.
sideways.
You know it can't be a 1911. It's a Makarov. PMM, baby. PST GZH ammo. Let's go.
ABC.
These are
DD,
words.
yes, I don't. Yeah. So we're talking about guns now, but who
Yeah,
knows?
don't worry about it.
Pew pew.
I'm-
Indeed.
I'm assuming
But-
that if I wanted to attempt to give them some kind of a buff, like with leadership, it's not something that would last until they like got up to sneak to the things.
No,
right?
that would have to be a on-round kind of deal.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, I do not have anything like that. I do.
Don't worry about it.
No,
You give us a
I've got
very-
I've got a great
very
new power
quiet, like-
that.
Okay.
I've got a great new power that I really can't wait to see the group's reaction to, because yeah, that's gonna be interesting when it happens.
Well, now I'm concerned.
Alright then, so what are you guys gonna do?
Time to sneak and shoot.
I'm gonna be on watch. That is all I'm doing.
Alright, so the kill team. Packard, Flux, and Agrotrom.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and throw your tokens onto the map so that I can keep a reference of where you are and what you're doing. So you'll be approaching from where the tiny Taurox is.
Okay, all the way up in the corner there. Okay.
Give Packard his. Alright then. So, as you are approaching the base, what direction are you taking? I assume you're not just walking straight across the open area.
Let's go.
We're trying to get like in this area, right?
Yeah. Well, you want to get to these 3 markers, but they include
We'll
guards
come
that
down the
are.
road in this
over here.
direction,
Yeah, because that's what I was gonna say.
and
Go
then
down, take an
this
L
map.
shape.
Yeah, coming down, using the rocks to camouflage, and making our way around.
Kind of a
All
path
right.
like that. I'll move my guy back.
Go ahead and give me a stealth roll, and now you can leave him where he is. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Just
like
go
that.
ahead and give me a stealth roll as you go.
And Packard and I would definitely be wearing our Camilla line,
That is fair.
which I think is a +1 question
I
mark.
would say with all the jutting spars of rock, there are plenty of shadows to dart into. So yeah, +1 to both of you.
Is there an extra camellia line?
No,
We only have 2, unfortunately.
they
Okay,
are
understood.
expensive.
No problem.
Remember, I got flogged for this bitch.
All right, I'll spend a wrath to make mine a little better. See?
All right. Point of glory. All right then.
Man, Packard is having a rough night.
Yeah, you make it down the road, creeping from shadow to shadow. Eerily quiet. No sound of engines, no sound of wildlife, just the occasional scatter of stones bouncing off rocks as something is dislodged from the spars over your heads. The occasional flutter of one of the local bird-like creatures. You see no sign of any enemy movement as you head down the road and then start filtering through the rocky landscape. Moving up a slight upward incline, you creep around to the largest spar of rock behind the enemy positions you scouted earlier. Judging from their positions, they are mostly overlooking this central area, with the sniper
Cool.
having a clear line of sight along most of this area.
Hmm. Kind of thinking of maybe taking a path like this. Seeing if we could maybe squeeze in that little spot here. Like that.
How to scale is the map now?
It is at scale now. 3 meters a square. I'm
Yeah, hi.
assuming
Why
you
won't my
moved down.
token move?
You have to grab
I
it.
did drag it from the thing, and I did try and grab it, and it's not letting me grab it.
Fine, I've moved you down to where Aquatrum is.
Real quick, is this a valid path that I'm meant to do? That? Or is this too thin a spot to go through?
It is a very narrow gap as you creep around the massive spars of rock. You could potentially squeeze through, but it might be a bit of a tight fit.
To be honest, I think if we can go through there, it's not a bad idea to go through there.
How far do the long last range?
A long last. Let me check. Long lads. Here we are. Range 54 meters is its long range.
Cool. So while Agrotrom does that, Flux and Packard are gonna get a little spot up here. So that
Alright.
as Agrotrom takes care of the one, we can just take care of the other two.
Yeet.
Alright, Agrotrom, give me an athletics roll. Flux, as you and Packard round the large spar of rock following Agrotrom into this narrow crevasse, the... There, well done.
All right
Why
then.
on something?
My
so...
God.
Hi, I'm
Hi.
Agrotrom.
Agro is a squirrel.
He's the most
Confirmed.
legendary gut squeezing in guy ever.
Jesus.
But yeah, Flux, as you round the corner, this spar of rock slopes upward from here to a high peak that juts over the rock beside it. You and Packard could certainly climb it. It'll take a bit of effort, unless you want to try and do something to make it easier.
There's that wedged bit, yeah?
Yeah.
That Agril just went through?
Yeah, a narrow gap between this sloped stone and the large spar beside it.
Yeah, I mean, why not just walk up the wall at that point? Be faster. Wedge yourself in.
Fair.
Like, I have 0 athletic skill, and I can do that with spaces that small. So that should not take, honestly, any time.
Alright, give me an athletics roll.
Ha!
Do you want to re-roll that?
Yeah, I hit the reroll button. Give me a sec. Rip me.
Well.
Yeah. Flux, you begin confident leading the way, begin shuffling up this narrow gap. And you get about halfway up, and you're feeling pretty good about yourself. You know, almost there, you can make it, and then your foot slips, a chunk of rock breaking away. You slide about 5 feet down before a jutting chunk of stone slams into your hip and knocks you off your perch. You
I
drop
deserve
to the ground. Go ahead and roll me a d3. Alright, you take 1 point of shock as you hit the ground, landing flat on your ass.
They're just gonna sit there for a minute. I deserve that.
Packard kind of raises an eyebrow, holds a hand out to help you up. You alright, boss?
Yeah.
He pulls you to your feet and then does exactly what you just tried to do, only much more successfully.
Asshole.
Mhm.
After a few seconds, there's a scuffling sound and a rope drops down.
Flux will just slowly grab the rope and follow silently.
With the aid of the rope, it is much easier, and yeah, you are able to clamber atop the sloping spar of stone. You can just make out through the gap between these two spars the crevasse that Riven pointed out to you in the images from the servo skull.
Excellent. Then, gonna just tap the communicator and send to Agriltrum. Give us a minute to aim, and we'll count down.
Yeah, Agrotrum, you have effortlessly clambered through this narrow gap between these two spars of rock, stone being second nature to you. You were out behind the spar that the sniper is on long before Fluxus reached the top of the stone.
He'll give them their time. He considers climbing up and decapitating the sniper, but he's like, yeah, he'll let them take care of that. That's who they're aiming for, right?
Nope.
Oh.
That's the guy you're meant to be after.
Oh shit! Right? Yeah, he's
That's
clambering. He's
called
gonna
your
start.
problem.
That's true. That's true. I was gonna make it my problem. I just didn't know if you were. Yeah, he's gonna start climbing. Just like, all right, hands on stone. Let's go. Teeth where applicable.
All right, give me an athletics roll.
I like the mental image that arose from that with me, that Agril did not, like, squeeze his way through the rock. He just unhinged his jaw and made a bigger hole.
So I walked away for 3 minutes. I don't know what is going on right now.
Someone please write down what I said as a quote in like cursive and frame it on your wall.
I can.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
I actually know
say
we could do that on.
say it
somewhere.
again because I can add it as a quote in the stream.
Sure. I said, hands on stone, teeth where applicable. I will spend some wrath as well. Wunderbar. Wrong
All right.
language, but you understand all the same.
Yes, well.
Yeah, it's fairly soft stone, and where there aren't handholds, with a few thwacks from the butt of your axe, you're able to gouge space to grip. And you're able to climb up the side of this rock fairly easily. As you reach the top, you glance around, and you only see an open spar of rock with a couple of boulders sitting on it. Go ahead and give me an awareness roll, Agrotron.
Rip.
That could be
Wanna-
wrong.
Yeah, I don't have it.
I'm just rolling some glory.
Yeah, why not? I'll roll. What, 1, 2?
I would-
I don't know.
Both. Both is
Okay.
good.
Yeah, both.
All right. 2 successes.
Yeah, Agrotron. You know there's supposed to be someone up here, but you can't find them.
God damn it.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah, he kind of like eyes the situation. He goes on comms. I do not see men up here. Maybe they have camouflage.
They're wearing camo netting.
Ah. Then I will do the tried and tested method of poking the walls until I feel a squish.
Alternatively, you can make a noise behind them and they'll rise to meet you.
Good point. He chucks a rock.
Yeah.
And with that, I'm getting my my aim on the fucks across from us so that as soon as Agril does something stupid, we can shoot him.
All right. Give me an awareness roll, Flux.
Please make this better than my athletics.
Not horrible.
All right. It's hard to make out. The scope isn't fantastic, and it's still quite a ways away. You can just make out a crack between the rock and a shadowy recess. And as you're casting about, trying to find any sign of the guards, you see for a second the barrel of a long las poke out and then disappear again.
Lovely. How's Packard doing next to me?
He's crouched down, taking careful aim, breathing very slowly and regularly. But he doesn't seem to have an eye on anyone. Agrotrom, the stone clatters across the ground, and you see one of the boulders wobble slightly.
Yeah, his eyes just lock dead on, and he charges it with no vocalization.
Alright, give me an attack roll.
Okay.
And as
That's
soon as we can see something we can hit, we're taking the shot.
Alright.
Since you like
Yeah.
us to announce an action, or held actions, rather.
Thank you. Agro, go ahead and roll damage.
6 shifts.
Nope.
Okay. This has AP.
Alright. You slam your axe down against this boulder, expecting a little resistance maybe, but the blade just rips straight through what appears to be fabric stretched over staves of wood and carves down into the thigh of a man who is bringing his rifle to bear on you. He yells out in pain and staggers back, crawling away from you from his almost prone position. As he yells, Flux, you see a man step out of the gap, looking up towards the mesa that Agrotrom is on. Are you taking a shot?
Absolutely.
Alright. The lasbolt cracks out. Alright, yeah, you hit him. Go ahead and roll damage. Alright. A long last doesn't have any AP, but you do
It doesn't?
No, but you do add an extra ED because you aimed. It has the
Fine.
sniper trait. So go ahead and roll another d6. Alright, another 2 extra damage, so 13 total.
Fuck this guy.
Yeah, with a crack, the almost invisible lasbolt flashes out and slams into this guy's chest, blowing a crater in his uniform. You see fractured ribs and blood gush forth as he drops to the ground. You see the flash of a second barrel as though someone were stepping out behind him, but they quickly stop and pull back. Packer grunts. Didn't have time to get a shot on him.
Why don't I go make a distraction? And Flux will slide down the fucking mesa.
Alright, Flux, give me an athletics roll. Agrotrom, the guy on the ground is raising his gun to fire on you.
Alright.
As he cries out in pain as you
Wait.
chop him in the leg.
If he has a rifle, can't he, like, not do that? Or is he, like, at a penalty?
He's at a penalty.
Okay.
Hit him again?
I mean, I will when it's my go to hit him again.
Yeah.
What is your defense, Agrotrom?
3?
Doesn't actually hit. He rolled pretty well as well. Yeah, there's a crack, and you feel searing heat across the right side of your face as the last bolt whips past your ear.
Clearly,
Flux.
Flux trips and slides down the front end of the mesa into the kill box, rolling as they go. Just totally losing my sense of up or down.
Yeah. What starts as a controlled slide, you catch a stone with your foot and it turns you aside and
Oh,
you begin
no.
tumbling, rolling and thudding down the mesa, dropping about 5 feet at the end to hit the ground about here. Go ahead and roll me another d3.
Ooh, pain.
But you didn't crit fail, so I'll reduce that by 1, and you'll take 2 shock as you hit the ground with a bit of a thud.
Appreciated.
As you do, a lasgun pokes around the corner at the sound.
Excellent.
So I'm going to have a roll off against Packard and this guy for combat initiative.
If Packard fails, I'm demoting him.
Well,
They are ever so slightly faster. They rolled a 1.
Oof.
Feels bad, man.
Does me rolling help at all?
I'd say you're currently prone, so not really. But being prone does give you a bonus.
Cool, cool, cool.
So you can add
Cool.
2
Okay,
to your
cool.
defense.
Oh, okay.
What does that make your defense?
5.
Alright, a lasbolt cracks off a stone beside your head. It explodes in a shower of dust and fragments that scatter across your face.
Flux is gonna scrabble to run to cover.
Beautiful.
That just barely gets him.
Nice.
Rip.
Nice.
A barely visible red flash streaks across your vision, Flux, and you hear a strangled yell of pain. And the gunfire against you stops. Agrotrom, your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this fella down.
Alright, go ahead and attack.
Poor old Yeller is injured.
Yep. Yikes.
Well, he's prone, and for melee, that gives you a bonus, so yeah, you hit him.
Alright. 11 damage again with AP
Yeah.
1.
He's dead. How do you want to kill him?
It's about as simple as Agrotron kind of kicks the gun to the side. And as he just speaks really quietly, it seems like he's committed to the stealth bit, even if he's being shot at. He just says, and he basically, with an undercut, goes right into the guy's head, split it in 2.
Alright.
And, yeah. And he moves. He'll take a little bit of movement. What is his movement? 5. So he can move a square.
I'll say you can use 2 squares, it's fine.
Okay, and he'll get up here and kind of survey, see if he can find like a good jump point or a guy to jump on.
There's no one visible in that space, but you do hear the rattle of metal, like a chain against a chain link fence.
Yeah, he kind of will try and snap his head in that direction.
As this happens, Packard taps the box, and you hear in your earflux, "Aircraft incoming, boss."
Right.
Can we hear that in the Taurox?
You can.
Y'all should have camo netting over the Torox. That would have been the first thing we fucking did.
Yeah. But if anybody's lollygagging outside of the Taurox, then or outside of the camo netting, then Nuali's gonna call them back in.
Yeah, Flux is gonna find the closest shadow that they can be in, and then just lay there with the camo net, with the
Chameleon and cloak.
camo over them.
All right.
And as they're doing that, they'll tap their comm. We'll use the sniper's setup.
Yeah, that's all that comes through. Average room just kind of makes like a neck noise.
Yeah, as you hide, you can indeed just make out the distant whine of aircraft engines. And those of you who can see the sky overhead see a trio of aircraft approaching. And the Vox crackles on an open channel. 9 are actual, this is the 77th. I hope you're not out in the open. You might want to find cover. Things are going to get very loud.
I would very quickly like to say, so we just had a raid and it had the perfect timing, because as soon as you said you get a signal, suddenly my raid notification went off and all I heard was was Dancing Queen from Yakuza 0 playing.
Amazing.
Amazing. Right. On that note, because that's our people, right?
Yep.
As far as we can tell, yeah.
Cool.
And they
Cool.
were talking
Flux
to
is
you
gonna
directly.
take out. Lovely. Flux is gonna take out their whatever the thing we grabbed from the tank shit. And
Army
we're
tool.
getting this door open, and we're going inside, and the others can join us when they join us. Yeah, they'll just tap their ear. Everybody else, come on. Time to go.
On it.
I really wish this was.
Speed run of picking the lock.
However, it is 10 minutes after 7.
Yep. And we will take our break and come back to the ensuing assault. We'll be back in half an hour. Everyone, if you need, go ahead and take a bio break, grab a drink, have something to eat, whatever you need.
I will be here. I actually while you all were doing that and I was not needed, I went and got my dinner. So, I'm good.
Yeah, that's fair. I pretty much did the same. So
Yeah, hi,
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab a drink
Princess.
real quick.
Okay. Hi, Princess. Thank you very much for the raid. How was your stream? Hope you're doing good. What were you streaming today? Let's see. Ah, fair. I can understand that. Yeah, due to falling a little asleep. Yeah, I can understand that. I had all of like 2 hours of sleep last night, and I don't feel tired. I just, yeah, I didn't get much sleep. I'm not even running off of. I'm not even like running off of coffee or anything. I'm just like not tired.
What is this legendary state of being not tired?
I have no idea. I haven't felt it in years.
Okay, I mean, if we're talking about like general tired, as in just like exhaustion with life, then yes, that I am definitely that. if we're talking like in this moment, I don't feel like I could sleep. I mean, it's hell.
I was really hoping that these guys in the planes were the people from the plane side thing we might do.
Yeah, yeah, the other base. Yeah.
Because
Well, now
boy.
that you mention it,
bruh.
That's. I knew I'd heard the fucking Gideon. Wasn't that supposed to be our actual, like, air regiment that we played for?
no, the Gideon is your regiment. However,
Okay.
there is an air assignment to every aerial deployment. And I was going to introduce the pilots in doing a vignette next session.
Oh, okay.
Or, well, the session after you finish this mission.
Yeah. I
Beautiful.
probably should finish my pilot. I think I've done part of the pilot's stuff.
I remember. I think I've already had mine done since forever. 'Cause
I
immediately
feel like
knew
I did
who
mine
wanted.
too.
I'm trying to remember. I know I was going for a bomber, because I think at the what we thought of was 2 people were going as fighters, and then 2 people were going to be in one plane as a bomber and their gunner.
Yeah.
Who was
Right.
It was.
was it you and me, Mason?
So, I'm the captain.
Uh-huh.
I'm the businessman here. And I am
You're
on
the business.
bomber. Yeah, I serve the business of killing, and destruction,
I
and
mean, don't we
maiming,
all?
and sounding French. But I'll save that for when I'm actually playing the guy.
But yeah, I'm pretty excited to hear that actually.
Don't worry. Well, I mean, worry a little bit because my practice's French is from a man who's very somber, and this guy's very, very gung ho.
Oh, awesome. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to create tokens for that.
Yeet.
But I've already worked out how we're gonna do it. So,
Okay.
I will use Flux's token as an example here. So you should see 3 bars over Flux's icon.
No.
Let me just fiddle with that for a second. Where is it?
I know what you're trying to do, and I forget how to accomplish it.
Here we are. There we go. 1.
Nope.
Uh,
You're trying to do like the health bar, right?
yeah, give me a second. I have to save it. There we go.
Hello, Beastified. There's the bars.
So, we will be keeping track of 3 things: your height, your speed, and the facing of your icon. And then the 3rd bar will be the health of your aircraft.
Okay.
Sweet.
Because
So the
speed and
first-
height are going to be relevant. There are 5 levels of height in a dogfight engagement, and you can move between 1 each turn for a movement, etc. You can only go half speed, full speed, or double speed. Trying to simplify the control of an aircraft to something players can actually follow.
Yeah. You mean we're not
Effectively
you mean
fully
we're not
ripping off,
turning this, into Ace Combat simulators?
Well, I'm literally ripping off the Aeronautica Imperialis game. It's
Oh, I know.
effectively the same rules.
Oh, I know. I'm just
Which,
making I'm
works
just
quite
making
well.
a joke because there is a lot that goes into flying any kind of an aircraft, let alone
Oh,
a
yeah.
military aircraft.
Yeah, especially in the 41st millennium, you can actually get an MIU upgrade to connect directly with your aircraft. That is a thing.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure that's what my character did actually.
Yep.
I feel like we had that conversation.
Yeah, that is a legitimate part of 40k lore. Flying a plane with your mind.
Yep.
Plus, 40k planes look like great big chunky World War II aircraft, but they're all fitted with directional VTOL jet thrusters. So they're pretty fucking advanced technology in the end.
Look, I'm just here to have a French man yell out orders in a very happy attitude and wax poetic about loving your machine and being passionate about flight. And if you aren't, you don't belong in the squad. Get fucked.
But you actually need to give your squadron a name.
We did.
341st Squadron.
We did give a name.
I remember we settled on. I think we did. Just was it fog or mist?
Okay, that I don't know. I don't remember us going that simple.
I could have sworn we did.
I don't think so.
I think it was. I remember being like proposing that it was just called fog.
Yeah, but we wouldn't go
then
that
making-
simple. That's just not us.
Yeah.
I could have sworn. I'd have to
Well,
go
I mean-
way back.
A squadron call sign should be as few syllables as possible, generally speaking.
Right, so
Okay.
5 syllables, and...
Yeah, there you go.
I remember. I was like
3
fog.
tends to be the max, 4 is kind of pushing it.
Right, 5.
Yeah, it's way.
I know. I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, we did actually talk about this.
Okay.
Yep. In game chat, it's yeah. As a
Okay,
squadron
so it
name, I
is up there.
nominate the simple Fog Squadron.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Fine with me. I mean, hey, you're the one running it, so this is your show.
I remember thinking about it because I wanted the guy to complain that HQ wouldn't give him fog bombs to as a dramatic showy thing on his part. He had this whole idea of like dropping those bombs beforehand, alerting everyone, and just like going on intercom and yelling at the enemies, be like, "All right, time's up. Should walk out in lines for the guns," shit like that. But HQ said, "No, you fucking idiot."
Wait, this dude sounds just like Aggletrom.
No, he's French and human.
Oh, yeah.
He certainly has Aggletrom energy, but
Yes.
not. I play 3 energies of characters.
Big Aggletrom energy.
Yeah, you have Aggletrom energy. You have Seraph energy, which I haven't played in 9 years, because it's very hard to pull that off. And then you have me,
Wait, which one's
real energy level.
Which one was Gabriel?
Gabriel was me energy.
Ah.
That was my real energy level at play.
Okay.
Because I'll just be real. A lot of my presentation of myself is really showy, because that's how I make myself feel like I exist.
Hey, if it works. Matters.
Why, Alex?
I assume they're coming back, yeah?
Yeah, they'll be
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as anyone knows, yeah.
It is not an intended bail, I'm sure of that much.
Yeah. Figured as much.
I've given you each your squadron designations.
Oh, cool.
Because in radio communications, you must be clear and efficient.
Yes, I see.
Fog 1-1. Or is it Fog -1-1?
It would just be Fog 1-1.
But what if I want to say the dash?
The dash indicates that it's a separate number, not Fog 12 or Fog 11.
Alright. I don't know. I would love to think that my guy doesn't actually understand that, but that's like a level that's too
Well,
much.
so the idea is that you are the squadron leader, so your plane is lead plane, so that is Fog 1. You are the first person in Fog 1, so you are Fog 1-1, and your gunner is Fog 1-2,
Yeah.
because you have a tail gunner. Whereas Alex and Riven are Fogs 2 and 3, respectively.
Yeet.
I'm always amused when you switch out my name for my character's name.
It's easier for me to remember character names than it is to remember people's actual names. I'm in a Curse of Strahd game, and I don't know anyone by their real name.
Oh,
I still call one person the dead character's name who died like 4 sessions ago now.
Hugh.
Oh, huh.
Hugh. What is my name?
Miyoko. I
Okay.
remember that much.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
I was gonna say Kanuda, and then I stopped myself.
Wait, shit. I've been calling you by the wrong name then.
It's either one. It's Canudo. Canudo.
All right,
or Miyoko,
guys.
Either one.
What's my name?
Mason. I remember that much.
No, it's definitely not that. No, that can't be it.
No, there's a war in my Tuesday game over who's the real Mason.
Right. There's 2 Mason.
So you have Mason and Mason Prime.
They call me Mason A's because I guess I answered a question that was interpreted as I like mayonnaise.
It's because the other guy's ketchup. His
Yeah,
handle
yeah.
is ketchup, so ketchup and mayonnaise.
Yeah. Yikes.
All right then.
Wow, that's a lot. Okay.
I didn't want to.
Yeah, I'm terrible with names. I always have been. I remember people by what they wear and what their hair is like.
I know by voice. That's my trick.
Voices I can remember.
That actually pisses me off in movies when people who can't identify someone over like a phone, someone they've heard before is like, they get a call. It's like, go here, Edward. Yeah, exactly. Like, what the fuck? What do you mean you can't recognize a guy?
Yeah.
And then in the same movie, they get tricked by a voice software or some shit like that. By someone
wait,
pretending.
That's the thing about horror movies, though, isn't it? It wouldn't be a horror movie if the protagonists actually had any fucking common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because it wouldn't be remotely as fun for the viewers.
For a comic horror movie, yeah, but like one that's actually like based around like really esoteric shit.
Well, what do you consider
I'd
Out
want
in
to
the
know.
Woods?
Oh yeah, but like that's as much a difficult. That's as difficult to write as like any good story. That takes talent, creativity, and practice. Which that shit's expensive. No one's got time for that.
There's some good movies.
There are.
I mean, yes.
They tend to be pretty indie underground movies, in my opinion. Most of the mainstream stuff is kind of meh.
They're either indie underground movies or Evil Dead.
Or written by Mr. Peel.
Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. You
Okay,
guys-
well, let's just not include any movie pre-90s in the whole, like, movies are X, because that's a whole other age, and there are a ton of
Yeah.
classics.
Where do you guys put David Cronenberg?
I like
I don't know who that
Cronenberg's
is.
stuff, but he has a really fucking weird imagination, and I feel like he should have probably seen a professional.
Yeah, I mean, sure, but I think that helps his writing. But
Oh, it
but I feel
definitely
like
does. His horror is fantastic. It's really creepy and very
Name-
unnerving. It's
Name
good stuff.
Cronenberg stuff because I don't know by the.
sure. So Naked Lunch is probably his most famous one. He also did a movie. He did a movie called Crash, which is not that Crash. It's the other Crash. Um,
I have no
He
idea what you're
did-
talking about.
he did Eastern Promises, which I haven't seen, and I don't know if that one
Cronenberg
quite
was the inspiration for the effects used in The Thing.
Yes. Oh, also The Fly.
Okay.
Duh. He also did Existenz, which I think is my favorite one.
It's
But
a
that
whole
one's
bunch
real.
of. It's a whole bunch of stuff that I have not heard. I know I've heard, or I haven't seen rather.
Okay.
I know I've heard of Cronenberg, and I've heard he's a good horror director, but I just have not.
He does.
I have not
Let's,
seen any
let's
of
talk
his
about this later, because if we can set up like a watch thing, I would totally watch any of his movies with you.
stuff. I'm already going through the whole MC universe with Alex.
Man,
But see, this is good.
So is the MC universe.
you
Well,
mean Marvel? What are we talking about?
Yeah, Marvel.
Yeah.
Going through mostly starting with with Captain America in 2008
okay.
and then going on from there.
I see.
Uh,
Man, I don't know.
I can definitely
Whenever I
see
think about it,
I can definitely see why people like the Marvel movies over the DC movies because at the very least the Marvel movies know how to have fun. The DC
My issue
movies
is-
just don't seem to know how to have fun.
I agree with you with exceptions. I think Birds of Prey is an exception.
Oh yeah, with exception. Of course, there are exceptions. But like you look at the primary films, anything
wouldn't have no
Batman.
interest. Oh, no, thank you.
Anything Batman. Half of the Superman stuff.
Which
Probably-
incarnation? I keep rebooting it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Suicide Squad had some funny stuff, but it was so overshadowed by everything else. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, the DC films are they both have DC and Marvel have their unique styles. Definitely DC is more grim edge stuff, whereas Marvel tends to be a little more lighthearted. Even in their grim moments, they tend to be a little more lighthearted. But yeah, I can, at the very least for the movies in general, I can see why they did so well versus the DC, the main DC films that everybody knows about. As much as I love the DC films, I love Dark Knight and Heath Ledger. And
I don't know much.
I hated that version of the Joker, but Heath Ledger did an amazing version of that Joker.
I
when
feel
think
like that,
about Marvel, I remember. Sorry, good.
I feel like those movies are an outlier in terms of DC.
Kind of.
Yeah. That was when DC felt artsy, and now it's gotten very cookie cutter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also,
That's because
yes,
they're
but also Birds of Prey.
yeah, DC is very cookie cutter, but that's also because they're trying to emulate the success of the Marvel films.
Which I also think is cookie cutter, to be perfectly frank.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
I look at it. I can't really like them because it has Disney's hand on it.
Also
Yeah.
there.
And, Disney is
Poison.
contemptible, to say the least.
Fair. I could agree with that.
After thanking the fella who's running the Uyghur fucking genocide camps in the credits of a movie,
Oh. Huh.
you really think see, at least the knowledge people are not gonna hate him? Yeah. Disney's a piece of shit. Simple.
That's not
Uh,
anything new.
Yeah.
They're
I
just
tend
very
not to
explicit.
pay for movies, and I'll leave it at that before I
Same.
incriminate myself.
Oh no, I'm
Yeah.
totally there with you. I mean, it's like we have the same problem we used to have with cable. Like, spending so much money on different streaming services, none of them ever have the thing you're looking for. It's just like, why am I
Yeah.
paying all this money? It's just not worth it.
I pay for games
Fair.
and I pay for porn, and that's
Fair.
about it.
Yeah, fair.
Why do you pay for porn?
Because I want to
It'd be-
support sex workers.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot.
Like that's
alright
it.
then.
I don't
In that
pay. I
case,
don't pay fucking brazzers. Fuck that shit. No,
Right,
fuck
yeah.
that.
That's what came
Yeah.
to mind. It's like, why would you pay those guys?
No. Fuck that. No, I'm not paying those assholes.
Look, let's
I
forward.
have a Pornhub subscription.
Oh hell no.
There's some artists who don't want to post all their work, so you go on the Patreon.
Yeah.
The end.
Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah,
there's
it's stuff like
nothing wrong
that,
with
yeah.
That's cool. Go for it. I'm just criticizing shit like Pornhub. Though,
Oh, yeah.
I will say, one good thing did come with Pornhub. Limerick Larry is a gem.
I don't know who
I'm
that
sorry,
is.
what?
Is he the wholesome guy?
No, he makes limericks about porn videos because he's bored, apparently.
I see.
Like, here we are. Limerick Larry, the poet of Pornhub. There was a young lady named Stoya, and porn sites were her employer. If I had a shot with a girl half as hot, believe me, I would destroy her.
Wow. That's,
Wow.
well, that's the thing for sure.
All right, we need to break up.
It's fantastic. I love this stuff. It's very raunchy, though.
Gee, you think?
PP in the vajiji.
That was
Nut.
one of the most, like, PG of them.
Ugh. Anyway, no, I'm definitely with Knut on this one. Like, paying sex workers is different than paying for porn, I think.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it's
that's
a
fair.
profession. There's nothing wrong with making money with skills that you happen to be personally endowed with. People
Sure.
make fuckloads of money off naturally gifted intelligence.
mm-hmm.
Also known as my grad school job plan.
Yeah. Hey, if it works, that's what capitalism's about, right? Isn't it? It's kind of the
Yup.
point.
I'm just doing what I'm encouraged to. Something incentivized, if you will.
Mm.
So Kunuda, how many escorts have you paid for?
None.
There we go.
Who-
It's the middle of a fucking
I do-
pandemic, guys. Who has
Hey,
time?
look, I had to try and squeeze the meme in somewhere.
Would it make it better? Would it make it better or worse if you had two, but they were at the same time?
I don't.
Better.
I've heard
Yeah,
the story
better.
where you did buy them and
Better.
then you chickened out of the thing.
Didn't fucking chicken out of it.
What? Who did I hear this from? I spoke to
Who
someone
did
who
you
said
hear
they
this from?
did. I spoke to someone who said they bought escorts and they're like, fuck, I can't do it.
No, I didn't chicken out. I got there. I was right and up and ready to do it, but they were not fucking into it, and it put me off.
Oh,
Rip.
Mm,
I mean,
that's a shame.
I misremembered the story.
It sounds like you were just reading Catch from the Rye.
I swear
I
to
love that
God,
this is the conversation
think
we've
this
gotten
is-
into is our sex stories now.
These aren't even sex stories. These are just like
I'm
things.
sorry. Have you been here for our Wednesday streams, Kanuta?
No. The Wednesday streams are completely different. I'm talking about like the Monday streams.
I feel like this was inevitable.
Well, look,
All right then.
I really
That
should-
is the end of our break, though.
on an actually serious note, I really should start marking my streams just mature at this point and just being like, look, kids aren't allowed.
How have you
Just
not
get
been?
out.
Yeah.
Because I've
If we're
mostly
being perfectly
been.
frank, how does it really stop?
I mean, I've mostly tried to keep it on the funny suggestion and innuendo type of thing without going into explicit. But at this point, we're
Silently
going
stares at that one stream that you had to tell me to stop.
As I said, tries. But no, I think I am just going to be like, all right, we're marking these as mature in future. Just all streams are mature at this point, and yeah, we're gonna
Because
talk
we
about
don't
whatever
know what
the fuck we want.
self-control is.
Yeah, we're just gonna talk about whatever the fuck we want at this point because that's the most interesting thing.
Yeah. I mean, you're right.
Listen, there's a time and a place for safe for work content, and that time and place is with people that aren't horrible.
There's a time
So-
and there's a time and place for safe for work content, and that place is called Sesame Street.
God damn it. Now I'm gonna have the internet is for porn stuck in my head.
Yeah, all right.
The internet is for porn.
God damn
I
it.
hate you. Also, I
Anyway,
forget which one of you fucks showed me this the first time,
what,
but
any of you?
fuck you. It was either Hugh or
me, I think.
Canuta. I can't remember.
I feel like it
Huh.
was. I feel like it was Hugh.
I think it was a collaborative effort, honestly. I think
might
you
have been.
mentioned it. Alex came to me asking what it was about, and I showed you.
Maybe.
Are
Anyway.
you familiar with
Anyway.
Depiction's animations?
Anyway, no. Hugh tried to get us on track, and I took us off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring us back.
All right, let's roll.
I'll point out the idea later that I just had.
Okay.
Concerned.
All right then.
Damn.
So, as you guys are all hunkering down and you get this message, you see the 3 planes breaking off and coming in low before a hail of gunfire erupts. The area around the central structure with the tunnel entrance is showered in autocannon shells, las cannon bolts, missiles. As the aircraft roar over the head and your ears stop ringing from the explosions and dust begins to settle. Agrotrom, you can see from the third point a group of about 5 troops spill out, looking around in shock.
Yeah. Airdrum goes on. Kind of voices in. 5 troops around the corner.
Good to know. And Flux is gonna pull out a grenade.
If only I could throw a grenade like 18 meters.
You can. What's your strength?
Not that good.
What is your strength?
3.
Okay.
I have
Agrol's
16.
Agrol's is 16, but you're up high too.
True.
Hey, I can walk forward and roll a grenade out.
Just jump on him with the grenade.
That's only 9 meters for me.
Nualia is
go
also going to get on the radio and just be like, so I'm assuming that's our signal to begin moving, right?
Yes.
Got it. And yeah, she just sticks her head out. She looks back to see if everybody's in the Torox. And if they're not, she sticks her head out the window and yells for them to get inside.
Yeah, they all pile in. Most of them are already in. I imagine 1 or 2 of them were keeping watch.
Yeah. Popper.
Mason, you might potentially want to go back to push to talk.
He's okay. He's not gonna keep that up. Ralphie, chill.
Yeah.
But
Nualia
the
will,
Torox is slammed shut.
yeah, Nualia will hand the wheel over to Riven and climb into the turret.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Alright, Riven, give me a piloting roll.
For sure. Second. One second while I load everything. Alright, so at this point we're just charging in, yeah?
Yeah,
Or are we
we're
still-
we're going to the secret entrance.
Yeah.
Alright, we have an hour left. I'm gonna wrap that one. Well, no, it's a 4.
Yeah,
What do you guys
it's a
think? Should I
4.
keep it, or-
Just take it.
Alright, I'll take it then.
Take it. Avery.
Alright. Yeah. You are able to bring the Torox screeching round. What route do you take?
Jeez. Well, our options are going around. I kind of want to go like around from the north, but like, hold on. Yeah, I was thinking like going that way, sort of going around the base.
Alright, yeah. I'd say you can pull around. it'll take you a couple of rounds to get to Flux and Agrotron, but yeah.
Well, it's either that or going. Yeah, I'll just go that way.
All right then. The Taurox rumbles into life, screeching ahead. The machine spirit eager for action. All right, Agrotron and Flux. The guards are looking around in shock and surprise, but it won't take them long to rally. Who
One
wants to take the round first?
One might say
Can I
they're in
pretty
shock and
please
awe.
use the grenade?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, Flux is gonna come forward to the edge of this bit and chuck the grenade at them.
All right, give me an attack roll for the grenade.
Fuck you.
Yeah, that'll do it. Go ahead and roll damage. You can shift 2 6s.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you want to do this?
Yeah, Flux just slides up and rolls the fucking thing in the middle of them.
You can do like bowler stance, and then when it gets to the guy's feet, turn around, fist down over your chest as it blows up.
With the clatter and tink of metal on stone, the grenade rolls out and bumps against one of the guard's feet. He looks down and has a split second to yell, "Grip!" before it explodes. The entire squad is wiped in the blast. The few survivors heavily wounded by shrapnel lie groaning on the floor, the scattered limbs of their fellows laying about them. Agrotron, what are you gonna do?
Let me think a second. Okay, is there like anyone that I can see, like nearby?
Few wounded men laying about here. That's about it for now.
All right, like look over the side. Do y'all think you can catch me? Flux? Packard?
I mean, you've seen my athletic ability. Do you think I can catch you?
I think you can help Packard.
Packer kind of gives you an uncertain frown. I don't know, mate. You're a sturdy bugger.
I do have rotundus in my species name. All right, different plan. He's gonna start going like this to get a run up and jump across things onto this guy.
All right, then. Give you an athletics roll.
I better not fuck this one up. Maybe?
You slam into a jagged spike of rock jutting out of the ground with a small cleft between it, scrabbling for purchase on the wider sloped lower back. You just about manage to hang on.
Ooh. Ah, come on.
Hi,
Not today,
Ray.
gravity. Not today.
If I may take just a moment. Hi, Yeen. Thank you for the raid.
Oh my god, it's a yin.
It is a Yeen. And B is subscribing. Thank you. Get rated
We
on.
love us a yin.
Yeah, Yeen's awesome. Yeah, welcome everybody. We're playing some Wrath and Glory. It's our TTRPG, Warhammer 40k based tabletop role-playing game. And currently we are attempting to sneak, quote-unquote, our way into an enemy bunker so we can steal a super heavy tank. Yep. We're all gonna die.
No, you're gonna die.
No, you.
Your local Russian dwarf.
I'm gonna transcend. Thank you very much.
Thought that was my
No.
job.
I'm transcending the material state.
No.
Anyway, continuing.
All right then. So, Flux, Agrotron, what are you gonna do? You've got maybe 3 rounds before Ribbon arrives.
I'm gonna tap my comm, talk to the rest of the people, and say, follow us when you can, we're going in. Because we already agreed on a 3-minute window.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, yeet, if you will.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, we're talking like 18 seconds.
Yeah. So, you're coming. It's fine.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Yeah. They'll do what they can, and we're right behind. It's
Yeah.
time to go.
All right,
Boogie, if you will.
Agrotron, as you peer down through this this crack in the rock, you can see 2 bodies that appear to have been shot with las weapons, with long lances at their sides, and a large metal door, solid plasteel panel with a control panel beside it.
Wonderful. Yeah, he'll make his way down.
Yeah, you're able to clamber down, a little unsteadily. You slide a few feet every now and then, but you get down unharmed. Flux, what are you doing?
We're headed towards that other door.
Which one? The one Agrotron's at, or the one the guards came through?
When the guards came through.
Alright. You run over to a cleft in the rock, and indeed there is a chain link gate that stands open, a heavy padlock on the floor.
Agro, time to stealth.
Okay. You want me over there or over here?
Can come with us, you can wait for the team. Your choice.
I am not one to miss a chance at being the first in the battle.
Can come with us.
Yeah, he heads on over.
Yeet.
Whoop!
Alright.
Russian
Give me a
dwarf,
stealth
Russian-
roll, Flux.
Any chance I could have grabbed one of the bottles of spray paint and put in my bag?
Sure, they're not particularly heavy or...
Cool, I'm gonna make an X on the door.
Alright. It's a chain link gate, but you can spray an extra.
Yeah, like right next to it. I'm leaving a breadcrumb trail.
Alright.
Alright.
Do I still get the Camilla line, or...
Yeah.
I'm stealthing too, right?
Yep.
Sick.
Alright, yeah. You creep in through the gap in the rocks, down a narrow cleft, and taking a sharp left turn into a guard room. A couple of chairs and a few desks stand about. A Vox unit sits on the wall. There's a couple of gun racks that stand empty. There's no one in here.
It is
There
at
doesn't
this
appear to be another way out.
It is at this point that Flux is switching to their dueling las pistol and keeping the bolt pistol ready in a close pocket near the front of their uniform.
Alright.
But, in we go.
Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs.
Yeah. It's an empty guard room. There are no other doors.
None? Fuck.
No trapdoors?
Nope.
Maybe they
Guess we're trying the other one and scribbling out our marker.
Just under the X. Sorry, not here.
Yeah. Just head the other way then.
Yeah, you make your way back out and over to where you shot the 2 guards, and indeed there is a large, heavy metal plasteel door set into the gap in the rocks with a control panel beside it.
Okay. Anything that I would understand what the fuck it's for?
It seems to be a basic door panel. Has locking controls, unlocking, open, close, etc.
Cool. Combi tool and let me in, please? Question mark.
Like
Alright,
a
give me a
passcode or a
tech roll.
voice thing?
It seems to be a keypad passcode.
Letters or numbers?
Strange runes that you don't recognize.
Damn.
Try
that's not-
69, 69.
I was gonna try open sesame.
But yeah, Flux, 6 successes. With the combi tool, you were easily able to pop open the panel, pulling it away. And yeah, using your sapper's training, you remember which wires to look for and swiftly cut them. The door panel flashes red, and a red warning light over the door begins to blink as it hisses and then clunks loudly, ever so slightly opening and then appearing to hang in its housing as though unpowered. You're able to wedge
I might not be
the
good at fixing things, but I'm damn good at breaking them.
you're able to wedge the pry bar tool of the combi tool into the gap and push it open, revealing a steep flight of rockcrete stairs and a tunnel heading down.
And we're off to Neverland.
Never what?
Don't worry about it.
Never coming back, land.
How can there be land if it is never?
Hey.
Another time.
Alright,
Yeah, they just
Agrotron.
fucking tear down the stairs.
Agrotron and Flux, you head down into the darkness while the
Can I
others
ride the
race
rail?
towards you in the torques. What was that, Mason?
Can I like slide down the rail?
There is no rail.
Oh, I cry.
The army expects you to be a big boy and not fall down the fucking stairs.
That's not. That's
Now
not
that's just
in line with
expecting
OSHA.
too
The
much.
army, yeah, the army expects way too much out of all of us.
I'm gonna have to call OSHA.
Yeah, so what's the number for space, OSHA?
The idea that the Imperium even has something that that's vaguely similar to OSHA.
It's probably a fucking wing of the Administratum. It's
That
like
never does anything.
whatever.
Chronically underfunded, but just totally determined that they are the glue that keeps the Imperium together.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, you never know.
If Agrotrum dies, I'm gonna play a conscript who was part of OSHA and got drafted.
Okay, you say that, but why would you ever want Agrotrom to die?
Agrotron
I-
can't die. Clearly.
If he dies, if somehow the heavens split and another Agrotrum appears to kill this Agrotrum,
Oh, yes, I see. That's the only way he could die.
that's the only way. He's the only
Alright.
one powerful enough.
The three of you creep down into the dark, heading down the steep flight of stairs. It's about 20 odd meters down before it takes a sharp dogleg turn back on itself to the right. And you can see a dimly lit tunnel with flickering fluorescent lumen globes hanging overhead on exposed cables. You can just make out running footsteps in the distance, getting closer, echoing down the Rockcrete tunnel.
Are there any corners to hide behind?
It's a dogleg, so it's
What does that mean?
Those are
stairs,
words.
turn, turn, turn.
I don't know if these people have ever seen what a dog leg looks like, but
I mean,
Right. So what I'm hearing is that Agrotron and Flux are gonna play baseball with another grenade.
Just drop it as I smack it with the flat of the axe.
And send it pinging around the corner.
Hell yes.
No, Flux is gonna wait and try and blend into the shadows until we get a decent group of people come around the corner, and then we're gonna chuck the grenade in them.
I
Hell
I
yeah.
kind of want you two to do rule of cool now and have Agril fucking golf
Always
ball
do
a
rule of
grenade
cool.
down the hallway.
Another time.
Yeah, some other time when you're not on stairs.
Yeah.
Way too
I
many
want you
odds.
sufficiently glorious moment to do it. Perhaps when I baseball it into the mouth of the enemy general.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just gonna wait until like a group comes along that I can just
At what point of the dog leg
Grenade.
are you waiting?
um we'll do over here.
All right.
That way
I would say that corner is very, very small. It's like a couple of meters at most.
I see. Well then clearly what we have to actually, are there any vents or crap?
Not that you can see here.
How does the never mind.
Doesn't have to ventilate every corridor.
Oh, I was just curious if we could have Agrotrom on the fucking ceiling and just drop grenades on them from above.
You could try and toss him up. He'll grab onto this. He'll bite into the ceiling if he must.
The ceiling is flat rockcrete with a cable stretched along it that every so often has a light hanging from it.
Can I grab the cable?
It's not that big.
The answer's no.
I don't think it'll
Um,
support your weight.
Okay, so Flux is gonna wait around this corner, or around the end of the corner, so that they can just, as soon as they see people about to be coming around that, chuck it in the middle of the group, and the explosion will be somewhat contained in that one tighter corner.
Yeah.
Alright, give me a combat initiative roll.
Great. Wonderful.
Good luck, I believe in you. Don't fuck it up.
Combat initiative is not in the main section, it's in the combat section.
Yeah.
Hey, it's better than 0.
Would you like to glory that? Or should we save that 1 point?
Could I add the point of glory to that?
If you want to.
If you want to.
Go ahead.
Yeah. At least try and go for a 2. Yeah.
Alright then. Yeah, you get the drop on them. Go ahead and roll an attack for your grenade.
Plunk.
That is horrifyingly bad. But I'll take it because it's a grenade.
Just enough.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Fuck you.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah, Flux is just hard pressed to the wall closest to the corner to them, and they're listening very intently and leaning against the wall. And there's half a moment as they hear the boots come through and around the corner, and they take a deep breath, and then they just quickly reach around the corner and chuck it before falling back around the corner.
Hands and ears, of course.
Alright. Yeah, Packard slams his hands over his ears. And there's a clink as the grenade bounces down the Rockcrete corridor. You hear a gasp of surprise and then a loud bang. Your ears ring, even covered. And the smell of cordite fills the air. A bitter tang and smoke billows down the corridor towards you.
That should
There's
do.
no other sound. The corner is dark, the light's shattered, but you can see the vague shapes of several bodies.
Yeah, Flux will tap on their light, because I have a light.
Yeah, flickers into life, stabbing into the darkness.
And
Right.
they'll also tap their earpiece. How y'all doing upstairs?
Ribbon, you are almost there. The Taurox is screeching across this area here.
Yep, that sounds right.
And as it does, a familiar shape
Oh, hello.
flying low from the east comes the screeching form of a Valkyrie in familiar tiger stripes.
Which we
God
are,
bless Fohammer.
which we are not currently in.
No, it roars overhead, straight over the Taurox, and you see about 24 figures dropping from it with grab shoots.
Okay.
Cool.
Nualia is going to just like open the turret and give him a thumbs up, and then
Pop back down.
yeah, pretty much.
Does he see her?
Oh, and I was doing that to the troops in the grab shoots, so they know not to shoot us.
Ah, indeed.
Yeah, the Valkyrie went overhead far too quickly. But yeah, the stormtroopers begin dropping. As you come past, you can see lasbolts and a missile erupt from the doorway, slamming into the rock platform that these troopers are landing on. You see a massive chunk crumble away, a trooper going down with it into a pile on the floor. As, Ribbon, you bring the Taurox expertly into this cleft, not quite slamming into the rock as you pull to a halt.
Great. Yeah, we're getting the hell out.
Yep. Everyone out.
Alright, the squad pours out.
I forgot to bring Nualia onto the map. Boop.
Hmm.
It might help if I did that. If I can
Probably,
grab
yeah.
onto the character.
What?
It does not want to let me click and drag the character. There we go. Did that do it? There we go. Got it.
That's you. I assume
Discord's been being, or not Discord, Roll20's been being real bitchy recently.
Yeah.
Huh.
It kept like
You've
trying
got
to
to drag
select
your
a whole
name,
bunch of
not the
stuff.
icon.
Yeah, I was trying to drag the icon. Anyway. Nualia
Alright,
just like opens the hatch, bounds down the front of the Taurox, and charges into the cleft.
Yeet.
Yeah, pretty much.
Whoop. Oh yeah, there he is.
she.
Hey, I don't know. It's a tank!
Yeah. she.
Call me
Alright.
Dave. It is Dave now. Dave the Stormblood.
It is not. It needs a better name.
Alright.
Name. We'll figure it out later. Gotta go
Bertha.
steal her first.
Bertha.
Yeah,
We already
it's
have-
too easy. How about fuck, I got
Let's
Ace
figure it out later.
Damn it. Why do I keep thinking that name?
Can we
is
call
it?
it Franklin?
Yes.
Specifically because of Franklin the Turtle. Because that is
Yeah.
what that is. He's a
Well-
turtle with guns.
We'll talk about it.
I like Franklin. Franklin is a friendly name,
Franklin is a
I-
friendly name.
Franklin is a friendly name. It's also the name.
which
of
is why
my
it's the perfect
giant stuffed shark.
juxtaposition.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's also the name of my giant stuffed shark. So
We'll make Franklin proud.
that is true. All right, fine. We can name her Franklin.
Yes!
Alright. So,
Curse
Flux.
you and your black box.
My eyes stab through the darkness. You cannot block my sight by rocks! Except for the part where you can.
So, Flux, Agrotron, you begin making your way down the long corridor that these troops, who are unfortunate enough to meet you, came down. It's quite a long passage. You turn a left corner to a set of stairs heading downward.
So I'm not sure if this is supposed to be that like slow reveal thing or you drawing it.
I'm not using dynamic lighting, so
Cool.
wait till I tell you where you are before you move.
That's what I thought you were doing, so I will stop now.
So, this blue area is the stairway to your left, heading downward to a T-junction ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
And we are going to be going in initiative order.
Fun.
So, players first. What are you two doing?
I'm gonna start moving.
We were
Alright, are you going
to...
stealthily?
Yeah, we need to stealth.
Yeah. I will go stealth. Yes. Stealthily as I can, now that he's excited.
Alright, both of you give me awareness rolls.
I see nothing. Ever.
Alright. Agrotrom. You can see red flashing lights in the corridor ahead. Though you can't hear any kind of siren. You can also hear a lot of activity coming from this corridor. Let me just get the right thing. This corridor. Shouting, loud noises, metal clanging, etc. But you can also see, in the flashing red lights, a pair of shadows. One man standing on this side, one man standing on that side, carrying what look like the silhouettes of rifles.
Yeah. Trump goes full combat mode, says, Flux. There's two at the end of the corridor, one on each side. I'm going to get one of them.
I'll be ready to shoot the other.
He gives finger guns and he's gonna would it be worth stealth would take an action, wouldn't it?
Stealthing is counted as movement. You can move at half your movement.
Flux will motion to Packard and just prepare an action to take a shot as soon as we get a shot on the second person where our girl's going.
Rounded up or down?
And we'll slowly move to follow him.
Rounded up. Okay, so I can get right on the square. Okay, so I'll roll stealth real quick. Unless you want to use the one from earlier.
I'll let you have a new roll for this.
Okay. It's 2. Maybe. I'll try.
Alright, Flux.
Hello.
What are you doing?
I am going to slowly and quietly follow Agril a bit so that we can get a better shot, but just be ready to shoot the other one as Agril jumps out of the shadows at them.
Yep. He's gonna around and try to swing it where he thinks this guy's neck's gonna be.
Alright, Agrotrom. As you round the corner, seems they were lying in wait. This man sees you before you have a chance to get to his compatriot, and he raises his rifle. But you can get to this guy and attack him before he has a chance to fire.
Alright. Does this guy see me?
No. Because you just popped up around the corner.
Okay. What's the benefit for attacking from stealth then?
+2 to the ED and the attack.
Alright. That's kind of painful, but I imagine that suffices.
It does hit him.
That's more like it. AP1.
Alright, he's dead. How do you want to kill him?
I think it is about as simple as Agrotrum gets up to the corner, tries to 3D space imagine it for a moment, comes to a decision, jumps around with a little spin, swinging at where he thinks the guy's neck is, connects perfectly, and just right through the middle of it, kind of smacks him into the wall, pulls the thing out, and his head rolls off. And he turns around to face the other guy as he gets fucking blasted.
Yeah, you take a last bolt to the not last bolt, spray of auto gun bullets to the chest for 11 damage.
That is a lot.
So that's only 3 damage. I'll soak it. Yeah.
All right, 4 shock.
Yep.
What damage?
Who needs damage?
Through the
Yeah,
psych-
your armor takes the worst of it, but it still feels like getting gut punched multiple times with a sledgehammer.
Oh. All right. Fuck you. Get him. Get him.
All right, Flux.
Doubles over.
Yeah, Flux will let's see, how much movement do I have? Yeah, we're just gonna walk forward and just fucking nail this guy.
All right.
Fuck you and the horse you rode it on.
Jeez.
Yeah, that definitely gets him. You can shift 1/6 to damage or glory.
I'm gonna shift it to glory because I feel confident in this gun.
All right, 10 damage, AP -1. Yeah, that kills him.
Very
How do you
nice.
want to do it?
Yeah, Flux was just slowly walking forward, holding the gun out in front of them, ready for if they walked in front of the end of the hallway following Agril. They saw the shot ring out, so they knew generally what direction they were in, so they just fucking stride forward, holding the gun out in front of them and shoot him point blank.
Yeah, the last bolt takes him straight in the face, blowing his left eye socket out as he drops to the ground in a heap.
Oof. 10 out of 10. Remind me, CQC, to join you again.
Will do. Did I hear anything back from our group up above when I called them, or did they not hear me?
I was actually
They heard you.
on my turn. I was about to actually message you.
Cool, cool, cool.
Yeah.
We're just gonna keep going then.
All right then. So, the group up top.
Yep.
Yeah.
Slamming down through the
Now, let's have
through
a
the
look.
through the secret
Bring it back.
entrance, and yeah, Noali is on comms, and just says, "Flux, we're coming in now. We'll be there soon."
Sounds good. Stay stealthy.
Yeah,
We
you
will
begin
try.
heading
I'm just
down.
imagining as I say stay stealthy, you see the remnants of the hall that's just splattered with the remains of people I grenaded.
Noalia doesn't have a melee weapon out right now. She has her bolt pistol in one hand and a las pistol with a flash hider in the other. The las pistol is specifically set to non-lethal for if she sees a Mechanicus. Actually,
Flux
no.
gives zero
Do I have-
fucks.
Do I actually hold on? I'm sorry, I actually can't do that. I don't have the las pistol, but yeah, she does have the las gun.
Wait, you want a last pistol?
No, it's fine. She's
Okay,
got the las
fine.
gun, and we can definitely set that to non-lethal
Yeah.
because we've done it before. And but yeah, she's got the bolt pistol out, and basically like one hand is ready to pull out the las gun if need be.
All right then. Yeah, you thunder down the stairs, take the corner, see the blasted remains of what looks like a squad of troops that had been caught by a grenade in a darkened section of corridor. Turning round, you see the long stretch leading off ahead to a distant left turn and begin storming down it as fast as you can. It's going to take you a couple of rounds to get here.
Shit.
So,
Almost there.
Flux, as you and Agrotrom and Packard catch your breath from your brief scuffle, this door bursts open and a trooper runs out, rifle raised,
Of course he
followed
does.
closely by another. And you can hear shouting voices from within the doorway.
I'm shocked.
Packard is going to get a shot off first, though, because he was waiting for someone to do that.
All right. Ooh. Probably hits,
Well,
though.
he hits both of them.
Ow.
And he
And
ignores
he's
the
got a
first
las
complication.
weapon. Doesn't have a
Yep.
reliable.
Yep, he ignores the first complication. Oh, I forgot to give him his bonus for that. Hang on, let me reroll that.
Hey.
Yeah, with a quick, practiced double crack, both of them drop to the ground as their eyes widen, seeing the three of you. They're caught by Packard's long las.
Well,
However, a
Take the
third
18
one
seconds.
ducks round the corner, and he will fire on Agrotron because he is the most visible.
Yeah, I'm the one who's out of position technically.
Surprisingly good roll on their part.
Uh-oh.
9 damage.
I'm not gonna try and soak 1 damage. So yeah, I'll take it.
Alright, another burst of auto gunfire. 2 bullets are caught by your chest armor, but you feel ribs crack and flesh bruise. One whips past your ear and takes a chunk out of it.
Oh. All right, 3 ribs. That's fine.
that does
I'll take
how
all of his now.
How much damage did that do?
1.
1. Okay.
But yeah, that is the enemy's turn. You can hear more distant shouting and loud noises and distant gunfire coming from down this corridor.
Interesting.
Which one?
This one.
Cool.
So
Flux is just gonna look at Agril as he starts moving. We need one alive for directions.
all right. He'll. Can I go?
It is player's turn.
Go ahead.
Can I? Charge is double movement.
Charge is an attack action and is double movement, yes.
Okay. He's charging there, and he'll basically sidewinder this guy with the flat.
Alright. As you run up to the doorway, you see what appears to be a command room of some kind. Banks of cogitators line the walls, and you can see a couple of servitors and a uniformed officer raising a chainsword and a bolt pistol.
Mm.
You.
Yeah.
We'll take your kneecaps.
Yeah. The flat suddenly becomes the edge, and yeah. Yeah, Agrotrum's a little bit like, oh, and on the other end, like, nice. And he's, yeah, he's gonna kill this man. Charge is +1 in ED and damage? ED in attack?
+1 to attack,
Okay.
not to ED, I'm afraid.
A shame.
Not that he needed it.
One hit will do the
Not-
job.
Not that he needed it.
This poor bastard.
64.
When I said we'll take his kneecaps, I wasn't joking.
Wait a minute.
64.
64 bits.
Appalling detonation.
Oh,
Does
30
that mean his head just explodes with the force?
Ill
No,
fortune causes the blow to strike the foe's volatile war gear. A chain of explosions tears their body apart into grisly red mist. Target suffers 1d6 wounds. If the target carried any explosives, such as grenades or ammunition, they detonate, inflicting 1d3 mortal wounds.
Is there not
So,
a real quick? That sounds like it's for like a shot. Is there not a melee critical tree?
no, that's
Nope.
not the table.
No.
And
okay.
You could achieve the same thing with the melee weapon.
Oh yeah, you could.
Sparks
Yeah, if you-
fly as it slides across their armor, detonating their shitty war gear.
Yeah.
If you smash the primer on a grenade, it's gonna go off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, question: Did this man have a grenade?
He did not, but he did have a bunch of ammunition.
Thank Christ! If he had a grenade, I would have cried because that just would have been like, oh. So yeah.
Agrotrom. You swing your axe at this man. He ducks aside, bringing his rifle up. Your axe strikes sparks from the rifle, pushing it aside, chopping into his arm, pushing it down. The blade carries through into one of the pouches on his hip. You see a brief flash before there's a bang and his leg is blown off at the thigh. You're knocked back a couple of feet by the blast, and you feel the prick of brass shrapnel slicing your skin.
Why do I have It's a Small World just going through my head?
appropriate.
Is that implying that I also took 6 damage?
No, I need you to roll a d3. Alright, you take 1 mortal wound from the explosion.
Wow.
I didn't have you roll damage for the crit because one of those would have killed him. The second one would have definitely killed him, regardless of what you rolled.
Okay.
But yeah, the 1d3 from the explosion is mortal wounds, and anyone who is in contact with him will take it.
All right. Oof. Oh, wonderful blow. Perhaps too good. He looks forward in through the cloud of blood and says, "Surrender, or you're next."
It's obviously because Grimble is glowing, right? It's the psychic supernatural power of Grimble.
Yeah, as it consumes more blood, it glows brighter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm before that's actually true, and I notice it now, and then I'm like, wait a minute,
Mm-hmm.
it's very wrong here.
Unfortunately, you don't notice anything of the sort. Instead, you notice this officer standing next to a servitor charge at you, chainsword raised, firing his bolt pistol.
Well.
Don't worry, I'm about to slide into his DMs.
Agrotrom's just like, you saw that, and now you're still going to get me? Ah!
Alright. That's a lot of successes.
Successes.
I don't like the sound of that.
And then he rolled absolutely bollocks on damage.
Well, that's good.
Do I want to ruin that? I'll flip a coin. You get off lucky this time. 9 damage.
Wow, again, not soaking 1 damage.
Yeah. Bolt shells detonate on the wall beside you. You narrowly duck under one. You feel the prick of shrapnel against the back of your neck as he slashes at you with the chainsword, catching you in a feint. The blade barely manages to graze your arm, but it rips through your uniform and the flesh of your arm.
Whew. Ah, finally a melee combatant. I just wish you didn't have a gun, too.
He snarls at you.
Right.
Quarter for traitors, scum!
What? Shut up, bitch!
Alright, player's turn. Flux, what are you doing?
Gonna step up here and shoot this man in the face.
Alright, go for it. You are firing into a direct melee, so you will be doing so at a penalty of -2.
Could I maybe say that since aggro trump's kind of small, only a -1?
Given I'm aiming at his face, he has a point.
He does have a point. Alright, I'll say -1 in this case. It's a rare occasion that it does happen to be a squad, which are known for their shortness. Alright, let me have a look at his defense. I haven't used these guys very often.
And
You
we should have a
just did it.
glory. By the way, I moved one of my things over glory.
Yeah, and one for the critical hit, so that's actually 2.
So,
Hell yeah.
do we get one for crits?
You do, yes.
Ah, sweet.
Under the revised 2nd edition rules.
Very nice.
Fuck this guy.
The only things that can't generate glory are things that can't generate crit fumbles either.
Can I throw one more glory into the? Or yeah, can I throw a glory into this?
Aren't we trying to
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
one
Sure.
alive?
No, we have a cogitator room.
No.
I don't need directions from a human.
Eh.
Yeah, just get schematics. Fuck them up.
Alright. Go ahead and roll your glory.
Rip.
Feels bad. Man.
Ah, well. Alright. 10 damage.
AP -1.
Oh, it is AP -1, because it's a dueling las pistol.
Yeah. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Just barely kills him.
Yeah, Flux is just gonna stride forward again and shoot him in the fucking face.
You aim for the face, but in the melee, as he's darting at Agrotrom, you hit him in the chest. The extra, the searing heat of the las bolt, brighter than usual, brighter than most of your las weapons, punches through the uniform jacket he wears. That, as it impacts, does less damage than you expected it to, for just what looks like cloth. But you see the dark red stain spread from the scorched wound as he gasps and slowly drops to his knees in front of Agrotrom and keels over backwards.
Do you shut the fuck up?
Me or
And
that?
oh, I was totally addressing that to that guy. And they're just gonna head forward and try and get into the cogitators if they can.
Alright. As you step into the chamber, you realize you're not alone.
Brilliant.
A pair of red-robed tech priests stand looking shocked for a second as you enter.
Do I have time to say anything?
I would say you have time to speak, yes.
We're here on the Emperor's behalf working with the Inquisition. Get out now while you can.
That means
Alright.
surrender.
I'm just
Give
vibrating
me-
because I'm not there.
Give me a leadership or intimidation roll.
Did I assist with intimidate?
Well, it's not intimidate, so.
Technically, there was a point where you
Uh.
said we can assist with just about anything as long as we can explain how we are.
Fair, yeah. How do you intend to assist Agrotrom?
I figured my bit there where I was basically like she says her bit and then he calls in. That means surrender. He's basically like he's implying that he's the threat if they don't.
I am a they.
They, not.
No.
I would say nah. That's
Would this also
not
be
really
leader-
adding anything to the situation.
just reiterating at best? Which I don't know. Maybe I could also leadership on that because they're the same role actually.
I mean, I
Question.
feel like repeating something someone else said, unless you're like adding to it in some fashion, wouldn't really change the result.
If you've ever watched Epic Rap Battles of History and you've seen the Sherlock Holmes versus Batman and Robin one, you're basically Watson behind Holmes just yelling, not adding anything to it. You're not necessarily taking away, you're just not adding anything to it either.
It's weird. I guess I should have leveraged the guy I exploded, but that
Yeah.
didn't come to me in time.
Shrug.
Yeah.
Kick a dead
Or else-
body through the door.
Question for you, Hugh.
Yeah.
Do we hear any of this over the Vox?
Is your box open, Flux?
No.
Damn.
Then nope.
I-
You do
I
hear
use-
gunshots though.
Maybe spend a glory on it then. I don't know.
Oh. Wait, can I spend a glory to just be there, or does that not work?
No.
That's
Uh,
not how that works.
I meant for Flux to increase the roll.
Yeah, if you guys want me to throw glory into that.
Yeah, throw a glory into that.
All right, go for it.
Nice.
2 extra successes. All right. Yeah, the 2 red-robed individuals, they look mostly human. 2 legs, 2 arms, head, etc. Their robes obscure a lot of their bodies, but the one closest to you is very broad-chested, very strongly built, and is carrying what looks like an omniscient axe. The other is slightly more stooped, a little slimmer. Both appear to be male at first glance, maybe, but it's hard to tell with the Mechanicus.
Yeah, I resemble that remark.
The more stooped one draws a pistol and turns it on you, but the other raises a hand, and you hear a screech of binary before he takes a step forward, and in a surprisingly deep voice, "You say you are sent by the Inquisition?"
That's right. I have a sister of battle under their order joining us shortly.
There's another blurt of binary, and the stooped figure replies with one of their own. Judging by the gestures they make, the taller figure making a quick hand gesture, motioning for quiet, they might be arguing before the taller figure says, "I have had suspicions for some time. Can you put me in touch with your Inquisition? I require proof."
When the sister gets here, if that's permissible with you. If you get your proof, will you help us?
Possibly.
Flux will nod and take a seat to wait by the door. I am shooting anyone that comes down here, though I won't touch the data array until you're satisfied.
He gives you a very slow nod. His face is hard to read. His nose and mouth have been replaced with a large box grill, as has the majority of his throat, with cables and piping. Only his eyes and forehead remain human, and they're fairly blank, impassive.
Fuck it, Flux is gonna make conversation while we wait for the group. Aggro, keep an eye on the hallway. Packard, look for the group.
Electrum gives a
Speaking
thumbs up.
of,
No worries.
Yeah, Packard takes up position.
Flux will just fucking prop themselves up on one of the little cogitator arrays. What are your names? And how did you get here?
The taller one gives you a sidelong glance. I am Engine Seer Aurelius. I have been stationed here by my Forge World, as has Brother Caravan here. The smaller figure keeps most of their body turned away from you. You can only really catch a glimpse of green eye lenses peeking out from under the slightly more ragged and more bedraggled red robes.
Flux gives him a bit of a nod. Where do you hail from? I've made my way here from Brassgard.
We are of the Forge World Santalax. It is not far from this cluster.
I'm rather confused why you've found yourself mixed up with this group. Especially given we saw them doing witchcraft at a different location.
He doesn't look as though he's about to reply, and you don't have time to question it as Packard rounds the corner with the rest of the group.
Ah, Nualia. Perfect timing.
Yes?
I need you to get in contact with the Inquisition.
Oh? Do they wish... She looks over at the Mechanicus people. Do they have information?
If we can convince them whose side we're on, we might have aid to get through this.
Oh, hey guys.
Hello, Revan.
No,
will-
I mean them. No.
Oh,
yes,
no,
not you.
that's fair. No, that's entirely fair.
We've been running. I'm first thing as soon as I get into the door, I'm just gonna like blast the message that we'd recorded earlier.
Yet Nualia is going to take out the inquisitorial Rosetta. Or Rosette. I forget what it's called.
Rosette.
Thank you. And she's going to look to Flux for a second, though, and say, I'm going to be honest. I have no idea how to pitch this to the Inquisition.
Pitch them the idea that we'll have several Mechanicus potentially defecting because they were unaware of the issue.
All right.
As you pull out the rosette, Noelia, and say this, the Engine Seer steps forward. You have a rosette. That will suffice.
Oh?
He holds out a mailed fist, palm up.
Nualia kind of looks at him for a second. You wish to see the rosette?
See, touch. It merely needs to be close.
Nualia, I'm going to ask you to go out on a limb for me.
No, I understand. I will do so with the obvious, I think, needing to be stated. If any harm comes to that rosette, I will shoot you where you stand.
He pauses for a moment, and then gives you a nod. This is acceptable.
Very well.
Gotta love the Mechanicus.
I like the guy, huh?
But yeah, she'll step forward. She'll take the rosette off of her neck, and she will hand it to the Mechanicus. And yes, she has her bolt pistol out, and it is pointed at the guy.
He doesn't even take it from you. He simply holds out a finger and touches one of his metal-plated digits against the rosette, and you see a electric blue flicker within his eyes, his pupils glittering for a second.
The noosphere.
Then he withdraws his hand. Brother, we have made a grave error this day. There is a blurt of binary, a quick back and forth between them. Riven,
Yeah.
you're the only one who understands this.
Yes.
The Engine Seer and the Magos are arguing.
Are we the Magos?
Well,
Might have
Magos
given-
is perhaps the wrong word.
Might have given that
Priest,
away.
Tech priest, rather.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I was about to
Engine
say,
Seer and the Tech priest
he's
are
a
arguing.
fucking leader of the church?
All right. Anyway, yeah.
That's my bad.
It's
I got
oftentimes
excited.
that a priest to also be referred to as that.
But yeah, the Tech Priest and Engine Seer are clearly arguing. The stooped priest of his convinced that their orders supplant any inquisitorial authority, while the Engine Seer insists that they must submit to the will of the Inquisition.
Interject.
You can if you want, yeah.
Yeah. What are your orders?
Are you saying this in binary or?
Oh, of course, binary. Yeah. No, I'm joining the conversation.
All right. There's a brief pause where the Tech Priest blurts out a string of binary that assembles in your mind as a top secret clearance order.
Okay.
But the Engine Seer frowns a little and then says in Low Gothic, "We were to assist in the reconstruction of a god engine. That was our assignment."
Reconstruction. So.
In good news, we're about to liberate said god engine.
But you were sent from a forge world to this world with the specific instructions of reconstructing a god engine. And they
He
did not
nods slowly.
They did
Huh.
not tell you. I am under the impression that you assumed you were working for the Imperium.
I work for my forge world. They order, I do.
course.
However,
Very fair.
I was sent here 15 cycles ago.
That means years. Right? Or
Years?
is that days?
15 solar cycles, which are
fair.
longer than Earth years here. They're essentially about 4 years
Wow.
per
All right.
cycle.
Okay.
Okay. So
This.
what have you been doing between then and now? Have you just been building the god engine this entire time?
He gives you a look of almost apparent confusion. Of course, the reconstruction of such a mighty engine is a difficult and arduous task of reconstructing and repairing technology millennia old.
Of course. Would expect as much.
If I may interject for just a moment to retrieve my rosette. Well, he will just gently take that back from the,
Take it out
from
of
the
your
tech
hand.
priest.
Well, he didn't even take it. He simply touched a finger.
Oh, he just
to
touched it. Okay, I thought he had his hand palm up, so I thought I had laid it in his hand. Okay. Okay. Never mind then. I did not say that.
I think I'm just gonna say I apologize. I didn't mean to doubt your skill. I don't really run into a whole lot of other Mechanicus, so what I'm used to is, and then she just sort of vaguely gestures at everyone else.
Okay, first off, I was halfway through Mechanicus training. I take offense to that.
You're not the problem here.
I believe she's referring to myself.
It mostly everyone else. Yes. It's not even a. It's not an insult. Just go with it.
No, it's quite all right. I understand.
Unfortunately, we are in the
explosion
middle of a firefight.
A loud explosion shakes the ground at that moment, and dust trickles from the ceiling.
We do
Shit,
need to
okay.
get moving.
Do what
we
you
do.
feel led, but we have to go, and we need to know if you're coming with us, if you're leaving, or if we're going to have to fight you.
To that regard, I will say, whatever your orders that you were given, the assumption is that your orders were given to loyal forces, forces that are not about to betray the Imperium. These people that you were working with, they were traitors, whatever else they may have said. We come directly from the Imperial Guard and the Inquisition.
Entrancia Aurelius gives you all a very stern look and slowly nods. Your rosette is pure. The machine spirit cannot be tainted by the feeble minds outside our order. It can only be truth. And I will not allow a god engine to fall into the hands of traitors. At this, a loud screech of binary comes from the tech priest, and he wheels on all of you, his robe billowing outwards to reveal a human torso connected to a mass of mechadendrites supporting it. The arms and legs removed, truncated. It carries itself on a cluster of mechadendrites, and several that appear to be armed with weapons are raised in your direction.
I know we don't have any glory. Is it possible to spend a wrath to essentially seize the initiative in this moment? Or rather, I would like to say no.
Why not
I'm
an
gonna change
opposed
that.
initiative roll?
No. I'm going to narratively declare, because that is a thing we can do.
Yep.
Narrative declaration, spending my wrath. Nualia still had the bolt pistol up and was ready for any sign of betrayal. She is firing that bolt pistol at the second tech priest, not the one standing in front of her, but the other one.
Alright. I will allow that. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Okay. And I will salvo that. It has one salvo. I'm just gonna add that. Am I within 6 meters? I am.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's,
just about.
So that's another +1. Sweet. Anything else? No, it's just brutal. So Edie will do a bunch if I get good rolls. And I'm going to wrath the fuck out of that.
Yeah.
Fair.
Rip
Alright,
will.
there we go. 5.
Alright, 5 successes hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. Let's see. So it is brutal, so whatever the damage die says, ignore it for just a sec. Okay, it's a
It still
1
adds
plus,
one, doesn't
plus 0. Nope.
I thought
think-
you know,
If it... No, you're right. ED 0... Let's see. ED causes 0 extra damage on 1 to 2, plus 1 damage on 3 to 4, and plus 2 damage on 5 or 6.
okay. For
Yeah.
some reason, I thought it was better than that.
It is
That's-
effectively a +1 to your damage dice, which you can actually put in the D mod section.
Should I re-roll that, then?
Yeah,
Do
if
you
you
wanna
want
do it that
to.
way?
I mean, I'll allow it. Why
Okay.
not?
Okay.
Really cool.
Bottom.
Done.
Alright. Yeah, you get a shot off.
And
Bolt
it's-
shell
yeah.
rockets out from your pistol, slamming into the nest of mechadendrites. It goes off with a bang. Shards of metal fly everywhere. One of the tendrils drops to the ground, severed. But it still stands.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hell.
Be in chat. Join the Adeptus Mechanicus. Make new friends. Acquire new skills. Hang out with people with similar interests. End up in a circle of betrayal that resembles that pointing Spider-Man meme and get shot. Sign up today.
God damn it.
Wait,
Yeah,
so we're not
pretty
shooting.
much.
This isn't Aurelius, right?
No,
Or
no,
is
this
this
is,
Aurelius?
this is the other one.
We're shooting the one that's about to attack us.
Yeah,
Which
got
the-
it.
At that point,
The
we're
one that
using
was
lethal force.
Yeah, the
Sure.
Aurelius is the one that asked to see the Rosette, which
Right.
is he's
Alright.
friendly.
Right.
The other one that was like, these are our orders. Yeah, no, we're shooting
Yeah.
him.
Okay, fine.
Alright, Nualia, that is 9 to hit you.
Yes. Is it
And,
a melee attack? Actually, no,
no.
it doesn't matter because I don't have
It is
the
a
sword out.
ranged.
Yeah, no, nine hits. Yeah, I've got a defensive
And,
3.
Flux, 7 to hit you.
I would indeed do it, yes.
I forgot
All right,
to
Flux,
reapply
that's
my power.
8 damage, and Nualia, that is
Fuck you, 1 wound.
10 damage against Nualia.
Okay, I take shock instead of wounds.
All right, 1d3.
One
what
shock.
happened to your 11 power armor?
I've always had a 10.
Oh, it was always done. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. A pair of las bolts crack out from 2 different mechadendrites, one slamming into your helmet, Nualia, the other catching Flux in the shoulder.
Can I please retaliate, y'all?
Oh, please, feel
It is
free.
player's turn.
Please.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Becca Judas.
this.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll hit. You can shift 1/6.
You technically have a +1 because I think you're in close range.
And screw you.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, another good hit. The las bolt sears out, carving through a couple of mechadendrites and slamming into the withered chest within. The tech priest heaves and skitters away from you on its spindly mechanical tendrils, swinging up into the corner over Lacer, who is on guard at the bottom here.
Oh.
Fucking spider mech.
Don't let them get away.
I mean,
Gonna try not to.
I'm more concerned about it killing Lisa.
Yeah.
it's gonna
Honest-
get grip ball in the fucking teeth if it moves anywhere outside this direction.
It is going to attack Lacer, but it is effectively using an improvised weapon because it's not a combatant.
If he's not a combatant, then why the hell did he start shooting us?
Because
Because he's angry.
he
Yeah,
thinks
yeah, I got
he's,
that.
he thinks he's being loyal to his orders.
Cool.
Welcome
I
to
mean,
the
I really
Mechanicus.
understand his bit because he can still make the god engine. It's just not with
Yeah.
these guys.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Is our fellow tech priest being at all useful?
I mean, I'm trying.
At the
Nope.
He is currently yelling binary at his comrade, but he seems unwilling to attack him openly.
That's fine. I'm willing.
Yeah, the tech priest swoops over Lacer, and half a dozen or so mechadendrites swoop down at her with snatching claws and trying to grab hold of her. She ducks down, throwing herself to the ground, and wildly sprays las bolts up at it, but manages to fend it off for now, avoiding any serious damage.
Oh, that's good.
Cool. Can I go next?
Yeah.
Player's turn.
Yeah, go
All
ahead.
right. Hugh, tell me about those servitors.
It is a pair of servitors. They look like basic work servitors. They have a single human organic left arm, and their right ends in a mechanical hand that splits into about 10 separate digits for cogitator use.
Okay, cool. Do they look remotely armed?
Nope.
Damn.
They're-
All right.
But they
They're
are
data-
mindless and strong.
Cool. All right. I'm going to command them if I can.
Yeah, the
All
great
right, go ahead and give me a tech roll with your binaric chatter bonus.
the great thing about servitors is that they're kind of tough because they don't give a shit about taking damage, and they don't feel like holding back, so they can
Cool.
they can throw a punch.
That's the plan. So we're rank 3?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So this is gonna be with +6 dice.
Nice.
Wait. Really?
Wow.
You
can roll
it
that.
happens. Yeah.
That's better.
Nice.
That'll do the job. Yeah, you let out a screech of binary, and the two servitors at once kind of freeze and
I
cock their
give them-
heads to one side. What do you
Yeah,
want to tell them to do?
You're mine now. Go get him and flay him.
All right, then.
Whoa.
Yeah, the two servitors will turn as one and make a dead sprint for the Magos. Oh,
Not the Magos.
Tech Priest.
Yes, I'm hoping they understand my intent and that I'm going specifically after that guy. I forgot.
Well,
his name,
you can
unfortunately.
send a lot of information in by Narek.
Yeah, that was my plan.
I think it's more a question of what can they understand. Like, is it simple commands only, or can you give pretty advanced commands to them?
I feel if
It
you
depends
pretty
on
advanced.
the caliber of servitor.
So
Yeah.
I'm giving them 3 commands. 1, I'm overriding their ownership with mine. 2, I'm giving them the image of that guy whose name I forgot, and the 3rd image is them ripping him apart with their hand.
we never got that guy's name.
Yeah, we did. It was
We did.
Good. Doesn't deserve one.
Tech Priest Caravan.
Whatever.
Caravan.
Nope.
That was
Nope.
it.
His new name is Flayed Guy. No skin.
Well, it's not
man.
really flayed. He can't really be flayed because there's no like.
Something simple. Flayed Wilson.
There's nothing short, but
I'm not sorry.
Alright then. Yeah,
I'll
the
be
two
here all-
servitors grab hold of him, grabbing at his mechadendrites and pulling him away from Lisa. They begin pulling against each other, ripping mechadendrites off one by one. The tech priest screeches in tortured binary, a flood of data expressing pain, critical damage, etc.
I'm going to respond. You made your choice. Oh, that's in Logothic.
He is still alive while it for this turn, so he is going to try and fight back against the servitors. Yeah, mechadendrites coil around one of the servitors, trying to pin its arms. It continues mindlessly ripping at the tech priest until one of the las pistol mechadendrites jams itself up under its chin and fires, blowing the back of its skull off.
Oh.
Oof.
Oof.
But he is still held by the other one.
It's okay, Riven. They weren't actually there.
Yeah,
They're
more
not.
importantly,
Oh.
They're not anymore.
they're not attacking Lisa. Or he's not
Yeah.
attacking Lisa, rather.
So,
Alright, aggro.
can he move twice and still attack? No,
Wouldn't that be a
right?
charge?
I charge us to be in a straight line, so
does it?
You can technically make a straight line to there.
does the how does it?
I will say, as long as you can move about 4 to 6 meters in a straight line to them, I will allow it. As
I
long as
would
your
not.
normal movement is a straight line at the end of your double.
All right. There's no way I can achieve 4 or 6, so I'll get there. And is it like possible to get a shot on this guy?
Chuck your axe at him.
So I would have, but really my best option is bolter, and then hope I can bank the bolter off the wall into this guy.
Yeah.
But
If you don't mind hitting the servitor, you can definitely get a good shot off on him.
I'm sorry.
Hey, you gotta hit it first.
I love you so much, B.
Admittedly, he's actually not as good with his gun.
Do you have any wrath left?
No. I always have that. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where am I getting 7 from? Why do I have ABD on this? I don't know why. That was weird. You shouldn't have had that.
Go ahead and re-roll it with the proper amount.
That's better.
Alright, go ahead and roll damage.
Yep, 10 damage.
Alright. Yeah, a spray of bolt shells hammer into the tech priest. And one catches the servitor in the shoulder, blowing its mechanical arm off. The tech priest falls limp.
Double tap.
Servitor continues to methodically rip mechadendrites off it
Yeah,
one by one, grabbing it with its flesh hand and planting a boot on its back and pulling.
Nualia will go up as basically like as inquisitorial representative at this point, and just with her bolt pistol, just shoot the tech priest twice in the head.
Yeah, with a double bang and a splat, the head ruptures in a spray of sparks, oil, and blood.
Flux will turn to the engines here. You have 3 options. The first is act like your friend. The second is get the fuck out of here. The third is help us liberate the God Engine.
Araban made his decision, and I will not leave a God Engine in the hands of traitors.
Anyone that comes between us and it, Mechanicus or not, you need to be ready to shoot.
He glances around at the chamber you're in. I may be of more use to you here. There is extensive control over the blast doors in this chamber. You will need someone to open your way out.
That can be doubly useful as well. He might be able to trap some of the rebels in as well.
Can we give him our communications frequency?
Yeah?
Yeah, Flux will relay that information. These are our comms. Think you can be our eyes?
I can do this.
Excellent.
If I may also suggest, Flux, it may be good to leave 1 or 2 people here to guard him as well.
Lace and the twins.
All right.
Do you? I want to ask him before we go. Do you think that other Mechanicus will join us?
He shakes his head slowly. My brothers have not been as perceptive to the wrongness of our action as I have. I do not understand what has happened, but we are being manipulated.
Nualia.
Do you know by who?
Otgar Thorn, perchance, the master of the militia forces? I would not know.
Nualia walks past, puts a hand on Ribbon's shoulder and says, "There are more forces at work here than just people. Remember what we talked about."
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna snap my fingers and call the servitor to me.
Nualia.
It snaps upright and trumps over to you. Its right shoulder dripping oil and sparks.
Yes, Flux?
Any chance you can quickly patch up Agril?
Absolutely.
He took a fair bit of damage. And
Ab-
any kind of combat stims you can give me would be helpful. I'm feeling this already.
Let's see.
I'd like some drugs too, you know.
Let's see, real quick. How many are
I don't
you
know
down?
if she can help me, but
How many are you down, Flux?
I'm just down with the wound. I'm looking for help with shock if that's a possibility.
Oh yeah, I can do that definitely.
Stim me up, Scotty.
Yeah. Yeah, I can help with that. Nualia will come over and get a stim pack out of the med kit and use that to help recover some shock.
Alright, go ahead and give me a Medicaid roll. 3 is enough?
Yeah, I have no wrath, unfortunately, but yeah.
No, 3 is enough. 1d3 plus 3, I believe.
Okay. 5 points of shock.
Did 2 points of shock make a wound?
No.
Well, you know, the 3 was helpful. Thank you.
And then Noelia is going to come over here. How bad are you?
Actually,
Agro?
I do have a question on that. If shock can be gotten back through drugs, and I'm just really high right now, can I still get the extra shock and go above what the normal is?
I'm afraid not. That's considered the limit of your mental strain.
Don't be.
Like, if I had to give a 1 out of 10 for healthiness, I am at 7.
All right. And
You got shot repeatedly.
I've counted 4 broken ribs. He stops for a second. My humerus is cracked. An artery is in grave danger.
Agril.
He's just gonna keep listing things.
Agril. She's gonna put her hand over his mouth. Stop talking and let me work. Thank you. And yeah, she's going to her visor's going to raise as she sets to work, and you're gonna notice something very strange. Her expression does not read any kind of sadness or anything like that. It's more just very focused on her work. But she's crying. And I'm going to spend a point of faith to use Martyr's Tears. I'm going to sacrifice 1 wound of my own, and Agril will regain 2.
That's really cool.
All right.
As one of the teardrops lands, you know what, in Agril's beard.
Yeah.
Absorbed. He's like, oh, it's gold for half a second.
Yeah.
Rapunzel.
He's like as like this goes on in your hands over his mouth, like, did you sneak in the
Oh no, she took the hand away. Like she's also like working, like she's not aware that she's crying.
I see. You'll just say, did you get smoke in your eyes? Huh?
Hmm? What are you talking about?
You're crying. Tears. They're falling in my beard. Why's my beard
What?
glowing? Is that
She,
Gribble, is that you?
she'll reach a hand up and just kind of wipe her eyes with a finger. Come away with the glistening moistness of the tears. That has never happened before.
Happens to the best of us.
That is not me.
What, do you put someone else's eyes in?
No?
That scalpel's very close to the jugular. Please move it.
Oh, sorry. Do you need shock back?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll roll to give you some shock as well.
All right.
Motherfucker. Every fucking time.
Well, yeah, you were able to give Agratrom a dose of stim. You reach back into the bag to replace the injector and realize there are no more vials of stim.
It's okay. That's why I brought 2 meta packs.
Oh, I thought you just gave me 1.
No, each of us have 2.
Ah, yes.
We had
right.
4
We
total.
Got everything. Yep.
Yeah.
Kristoff, Risa, Lisa, you stay here and protect the tech priest.
I'm topped up, so that's good.
Lisa grimaces at the body of the other tech priest. Do I have to, boss?
Did I ask?
Shika glides sharply and straightens up. No, sorry, Sarge.
Thank you. Everybody else, let's go.
Quick question. Did Lisa also see what happened with Noelia?
I'd say probably not. She would be getting back into position after avoiding the tech priest.
Okay. Yeah,
But yeah, we
Noelia...
will leave it there for today, unfortunately, because we're actually 10 minutes over our endpoint.
Yes. No, as just one last bit, Noalia will look to Agril and say, "Let's not mention this to the rest just yet."
Okay, okay. Sister's pride, I understand. Or something like that, I don't know.
I gotta look up the faith rules. How quickly do I get that back? Restored at the start of each game session. Sweet.
Good timing,
That's
then.
Yeah. And yeah, whenever I complete a respite at the start of each game session, and the GM may restore some of your faith points if you perform a particularly pious or righteous act.
I really wish I could get Wrath back on being funny.
You can if you make that part of your
Yeah, you just
objectives.
You just gotta write an objective for it.
Get
Yeah.
gallows humor, man.
Oh yeah, there is guilt humor.
I should
Restore
get that.
shock on a cutting joke.
It's true. It's
That
true.
Would help
actually
with-
suits you perfectly.
Would help with shock, but yeah, getting wrath back. Like if you use the objectives, then yeah, you can get wrath back. That is a thing, and you can
Yeah,
make
run your
personal
objective
objectives.
ideas by me first, though.
Yeah. Like I have one in there, and I think I realized a little bit ago, maybe I was a little too specific.
I changed my objective when I got the new job to just the form a tactically sound plan.
Neat.
Because if there's anything I'm gonna have to fucking do with where Flux is positioned now, that's gonna be the thing.
Ye-
I've kept my objective because sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't, and it's not like I think I've liked the inconsistency of it.
I thought you can only do an objective once and then it's completed.
So you can so there are several ways you can do it. They're mostly optional rules. The way we usually do it is you pick an objective, and that's your objective throughout the game, because that's just generally easier for people to keep track of, and people barely use that ability anyway. But one of the optional versions is that you have multiple objectives, and you cycle through them at the beginning of each session. You roll a d whatever at random, and choose that as your focus. It's to encourage you to role play out different behaviors of your character.
Oh.
We already roleplay like crazy anyways, so we don't
Yeah.
really need it as impetus.
Okay. So what I get out of that is I need to wait. I wish I realized that. I should have asked, because I could have been making mad wrath by being
Well,
more
if you
That's
active.
can
why you're going to run by me
once
first.
per session.
Yeah.
If it's too easy to do, then I'm not going to allow it.
So
So
just look at the first one that I have completed. Swear and oath. Like I feel like I could be doing that more often, for more
Real-
reasonable things. Like,
real quick,
but I could
Uh,
have been making better use of that.
just for the audience, I am going to set us up with a raid. We are going to go say hi to a friend of mine, Raging Grace. She is playing Jackbox Party Pack, so hopefully people will have fun with that. And hope you all enjoyed, and hope you all have a good night. Hopefully, next session we can actually steal a super heavy tank.
Adios,
So tired.
motherfuckers.
Yeet.
Have a good night,
Y'all
everybody. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Hello. Be good, or Santa Agril will not bring you presents.
You're too
It's
late.
March.